Did you miss us? I know it's only been a little bit, but it's myself, Will Ortner, and Tom Searle here on College Football Now on the Chat Sports main channel, and we got to talk about the granddaddy of them all. That's right, the Rose Bowl down in Pasadena. You got Alabama taking on Indiana. Indiana, a little bit more favored than what we have on the screen. That's okay. That's on me. Indiana, touchdown favorite in this one. Let me know who you got down below in the comment section. Is it Bama? Is it IU? There's 176 of you hanging out. I see Christian. I see Daniel. I see Conman. I see Tay. I see Christian. I see other Christian. Who's going to win this one? Happy New Year, Mr. Fulton. He says, go IU. I see Ty Man the Buckeye with Bama. I see a couple others reaching into their pocket. They say, Bama, Bama, Bama. Lots of Bamas in the chat today, Cyril. Lots of Bamas today in the chat. Oh, boy. I love it. Christian says IU. I'm seeing some Bamas. I'm seeing some IUs. I love it. I freaking love it. Shout out to everyone who came into the chat, into the building, that are hanging out, having a good time with us today. I love that, man. I freaking love that. That is fantastic. We got a fun show for you guys, cooked up and rolling. Conman says tied on top. Christian with a K says IU on top. Patrick West says IU. There's 203 of you in the building. Make sure you hit that like button, because 22 likes, that certainly is not good enough. It is certainly not good enough for us. Hit that like button if you would, if you could. We definitely really appreciate that. The Oregon-Texas Tech game just wrapped up. It just finished. This is what the current bracket looks like after the Oregon Ducks came away with a victory in Miami. Ducks certainly trying to get back to Miami for that college football national championship. Right now, Mario Cristobal, he was able to get a victory for Miami over Ohio State. Important to note there, now that Ohio State is out, it kind of does feel like this whole thing is wide freaking open. Oregon, Texas Tech. Oregon comes away with a victory, absolutely taking it to that Texas Tech team. They're going to play the winner of this one, whether it's Indiana or Alabama. Should be a fun one. That game will be played on January 9th over in, did we determine it was in Georgia? Is that where the Chick-fil-A Peach Bowl is? It'll be the Chick-fil-A Peach Bowl. That's the Friday night game, 6:30 Central Time. Got a lot of fun ideas planned for today's show. If you send in a super, we'll make sure that we do a little cheers for your team. $5, that's going to get you a beer. Cheers. 10 is a shot. And then, hey, if you send in a 50, I'll slam my whole beer. Having fun, really enjoying what we've got going today. Searle, you've been the man, the myth, the legend, hanging out with me for most of the things that we've had going on in the show today. Is there anything that really stands out in particular to you?
For one, happy you guys are here watching the game with us. There it is. Sorry about that.
That's okay.
But from that first game, my key takeaway was that Oregon's defense is legit.
After thinking that they were buns after the first one.
Well, can people be blamed for being a little skeptical after that James Madison game?
Right.
I mean, that was not a good performance. Not up to Dan Lanning standards by any means. But today, Baron Morton from Texas Tech looked lost, simply put. And I think that a lot of that has to do with Oregon's defense. Their disguised blitz packages, their D-line wreaking havoc, their secondary causing turnovers. I mean, how many turnovers did Texas Tech have? 4?
Oh, yeah. Morton threw, Brandon Finney Jr., he ended up having 3. He got 2 interceptions and he recovered a fumble. Yep. And then Mateo Uyunglele just literally took the ball out of Baron Morton's hands.
Right. So, really impressed with Oregon. Tough way to end the year for Texas Tech and Morton, because he is a good quarterback.
Yeah.
I just think he ran into a buzzsaw today.
Yeah, I don't disagree with you at all.
Oregon's defense.
I don't disagree with you at all. I thought that he ran into Well, a really difficult game there. I think he ran into a problem with him. There you go. There you go. Man, that is fantastic. You're starting to read my mind now. You're starting to read my mind. I do have some players to watch in this one that I think you all should definitely check out and are definitely going to want to see. But before we do that, I need to let you know that this episode is brought to you by our friends over at Prize Picks. Whether you're starting a new routine or making player picks for the first time, trying something new can be hard, but in life and on Prize Picks, it always feels good to be right. With high-pressure playoff matchups every weekend and elite hoops action almost every night, the action never stops, and Prize Picks lets you take control. New feature alert! Prize Picks now has early payouts. If your player gets off to a hot start, you now have the option to cash out those winnings before the game even finishes. Find your community on Prize Picks with the new social feeds feature. You can share Prize Picks with your friends and copy lineups from winners with a single click. Copy lineups you like or use them as inspiration for your own picks. You can even follow Prize Picks partners like us and tail or fade our picks with just one click. I have a 2-pick power play for tonight's action. Fernando Mendoza, more on his pass yards. Ty Simpson, more on his pass TDs. Download the Prize Picks app today and use code CLNS to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. That's code CLNS to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. Prize Picks. It's good to be right. Man, oh man, is it good to be in the year of 2026. I am so excited to be here. I'll tell you right now, I just love it. I love being a part of the action. I love getting to watch college football. And while I am sad that college football is quickly coming to a close, it is really stinking fun to be a part of the other things around college football. Really excited to see what the Duckies can do. Really excited to see what happens in the Rose Bowl. This is my favorite bowl game. It's not even close. I know that there are some down in the South that say, hey, it's the Sugar Bowl. I know there are some that are saying, oh, hey, it's the Cotton Bowl. It's this bowl. It's that bowl. I'll tell you right now, as a lover of bowl games, the Rose Bowl is number one. And I was at the Cotton Bowl last night, which I really did enjoy. Thank you, Mike Nintendo Master. I appreciate it. Con Man. Yes, they did. Cyril, do we have that photo of me over at the Cotton Bowl? Or I guess I should say from my seats at the Cotton Bowl. I want to show you guys where I had boots on the ground for that one. Like I said, I think that Alabama, Indiana in the Rose Bowl is always going to be my favorite. That is what I grew up on. My family is from that area of California, or at least a part of my family is from that area in California. But to get to the opportunity to go to a college football playoff game, to go to a bowl game that really, it matters, right? Not all the bowl games matter anymore. There's only a handful that do, and those are the games that have playoff implications in them. Like, I'm sorry to the Pop-Tart Bowl. You're a fun story. You're silly. You're goofy. But that's not what you are. Now, understand, I get it. I'm on the roof. I'm on the roof. But that's okay. I got to be there. I got to be in the action. And what I noticed right away, Cyril, from what Miami is able to do, they are built in the trenches to win these types of football games. They are built to play late into January. This isn't a normal Miami team. Like, when you think of Miami, you might think of the great, like, 80s and 90s teams, but they were great, like, offensively. They had great skill players, but it's not the same. This is a team that's built like an SEC team. This is a team that's built like a gritty Big Ten team, and that's built in the image that Mario Cristobal wants to create.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think we touched on this during the Oregon stream, but I don't know if Ohio State just overlooked Miami, but I think what we saw was Miami looked like what we expected Ohio State to be.
Yeah.
Dominant up front, punishing run game, and just, I don't know, they fell short last night. I don't know if they were overlooking Miami, but very impressed with the Hurricanes overall. I want to give another shout out to Marty Brown, running back for Miami, who scored that touchdown late. He did go to my high school. Shout out Creighton Prep.
Shout out.
But yeah, overall, very impressed with Miami and disappointed with Ohio State.
Yeah. Julian saying it was clear to me he doesn't know how to get away from a rush. Whatever was happened there is it Mesidor? Mesidor was fantastic. Ruben Bain, anyone that's worried about his arm length, give it up, man. Give it up. Don't be worried about that guy's arm length, man. He is nasty. He is special. So very, very fun, very cool new experience to be able to get to be a part of. I really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed it. I can see down below, Soul. Why can't it just be a great game last night? It wasn't like Texas Tech throwing up a goose egg. Yeah, Big 12. They took some blows on that one. I'm not gonna lie. The Big 12, you took some blows. Definitely. I think now there's definitely going to be some. Oh no. There's gonna be some unwarranted Big 12 hatred, I believe. There's gonna be some unwarranted Big 12 hatred, and that's gonna be okay. We're gonna get some Big 10 action here, and I think it's fun that way. Then we go through what the Indiana Hoosiers have got going on. So here are your top 5 players for the Indiana Hoosiers, who you want to watch, who you want to be aware of, who you want to check out for this one. And number 1, it's Fernando Mendoza. I know right now that Mel Kiper is saying that the best player in college football and the guy who could be the number 1 pick in the draft is not Mendoza. Everyone else is saying that it's Mendoza. I like Dante Moore. I am biased towards Dante Moore. I think that he showed that his ceiling is higher than anyone else's that could go into this draft. I think Fernando Mendoza's floor is much higher than anyone else who can go into this draft at that QB position. He is a safe pick, and you are going to see that in the action today. He's great at going through his reads, going through his progression, finding open receivers, and taking what the defense gives him. What they do a great job at Indiana, and I think this is Cignetti's message, is just do your job. Do your 111. They don't need you to be Superman. They don't need Fernando Mendoza to throw a bunch of touchdown passes. They don't need him to throw for 400 yards for them to win a game. This isn't the old school air raid Mike Leach system. They just need Fernando Mendoza to win them football games. And he's done a fantastic job of doing that. Next, Roman Hemby, running back for the Hoosiers. Now, Fernando Mendoza gets a lot of the love, but I'll tell you right now, Hemby and the rest of that crew in that running back room, they've done a great job as well this year of just finding the open spots, getting through the line of scrimmage as fast as possible, and understanding where they need to be on the field. Hey, you don't need to reach your arm out here. You don't need to reach the ball out here. Take what the defense gives you. Run through arm tackles if they're there. Make a couple guys miss. They're gritty, man. They are gritty. Roman Hemby leads the way there for that running back crew. Wide receiver Omar Cooper Jr. He had the catch of the year. The catch of the year this season, and it wasn't close. Ball got thrown up against Penn State. He finds a way to catch it, brings down, gets the double toe tap. I have had my socks honestly knocked off when I saw him play. Obviously, Surratt also gets a decent amount of love, and he should, but Omar Cooper Jr., dude finds a way to get into the end zone, finds a way to score. One of Fernando Mendoza's top targets. Looking over next at defensive back, Luis Moore. Fantastic player for the Hoosiers. He's also done a great job at understanding when to take a risk, when to go for an interception, when to go to create a turnover. If you're watching the earlier game from today's action, you know just how important turnovers can be. The Ducks forced 4 of them. That's why they came away with the victory. The Ducks forced 4, and that's why they came away with the victory. Will the Hoosiers be able to create a bunch of turnovers tonight against Alabama? Alabama has a problem of turning the football over. Ty Simpson, in games that they have lost, he struggled at making sure that the ball gets completed to his guys. So what will happen there? Last, I got to talk about Hardy. He has been absolutely fantastic at that linebacker position, leads the team in tackles, and he's one of their top sack getters as well. I'll tell you right now, this Indiana team, they play their role, and they play it to the best ability that they can. Hardy exemplifies that. He knows where he needs to be. And he gets there, and he gets there with a purpose. Fast, aggressive, physical. It's an absolute stud. There are my Hoosiers to watch. Make sure that you keep your eye open for them. Next, we got to dive into Alabama and their players to watch. And the first guy that we got to talk about is the quarterback, Ty Simpson. I will say this about Simpson. I think that you probably have the most roller coaster of emotions for a player when it comes to Ty Simpson. At the beginning of the year, it was, oh my God, this guy is horrible. He can't even beat Florida State. And then it became, oh my gosh, this guy is going to be the number one pick in the draft because there was a conversation about him. He's a Heisman front runner. And now he's kind of fallen back to where he should be, which he's a good quarterback with some clear flaws. Ty Simpson has to be big for Indiana or for Alabama. Excuse me in this one. I'm sorry. Right now I've just saw Desmond Howard and is that Nick Galloway, I believe? No, sorry, that's Nick Saban, Joey Galloway. How silly of me. Desmond and Saban both took Alabama. Interesting. Ty Simpson's got to have a big one. Right. I guess that's fair. Running back Jam Miller's the next player that you have to watch, not necessarily because of the type of performance that he's put out on the field this year, because everyone knows Alabama, Ryan Grubb, Kalen DeBoer, you're not running the football all that much. But I do think at different points in time in this game, Jam Miller will be called upon, and he does have to have a good performance for Alabama. If they want to have any hope in winning this football game, you have to be able to run the football to beat this Indiana team. And despite Ryan Grubb's lack of want to, I do think that they will run the football. And I think Jam Miller will be an important piece if they want to come away with a victory. Gosh, it's beautiful getting to see the Rose Bowl. Wide receiver Germie Bernard is the next player that I want to talk about. He's really emerged into that wide receiver one role when he was supposed to be kind of that Robin to Ryan Williams Batman. We'll talk about him just in a second. Bernard is the top wide receiver for this Alabama team. Expect Ty Simpson to try and feed him as much as humanly possible. Bernard is big. He's strong. But he does a great job of also knowing where to go and high point the football. It does a great job of holding on to the football as well. It doesn't make the dumb mistake. The next player that I want to talk about is Ryan Williams, and it's not because of his performance on the field this year, and it's not because of his performance on the field last year. It's because with Ryan Williams, will he show up today? I want to know. Because he went from probably the second best wide receiver in college football easily coming into this year as the second best wide receiver in football. Some were saying that he was the second best player in college football. Dude's disappeared. He's gone nowhere. He's been a shell of himself. So that leads me to this question. Where did he go? And will he show up in this one? Wouldn't it just be perfect for him to have a big game here? The guy that sticks out to me in this way is Jadeveon Clowney. How many times did we see Jadeveon Clowney not really do anything that final year at South Carolina, and then he gets into his bowl game and he has a big hit and a big play against Michigan? Maybe the most highlight reel play we've ever seen. 100%. And what's crazy about that play? Jadeveon Clowney didn't do S all year, but he showed up in that one. Will Ryan Williams, a guy who hasn't really done S all this year, show up and make an impact? Last, I want to talk about Deontae Lawson, the linebacker for Alabama. This Crimson Tide defense has not been good this season. They've been fine. They're okay. They do what needs to be done. Will they be able to come up for a big one in this matchup? Can they get a couple of key stops against Indiana? Can they force the Hoosiers offense, either to turn the football over, or more importantly, are they going to be able to get stops? That is something that remains to be seen. It's easy to stop a team like Oklahoma because, well, Oklahoma's offense sucks. Can you stop a Indiana offense that doesn't necessarily suck? I'll be interested to see. Those are my Alabama players to watch. We got to get to something more important, though, right now, Searle, and that is the likes on this video are horrific. I'm actually embarrassed right now to talk about what they are sitting at. We have 354 of you hanging out with us in the building. 35 likes. 35 likes. That is absolutely atrocious. If you like or love, want to marry college football, then like this video. I should see 362 likes down below right now in the chat because that's how many people are hanging out with us. Thank you, Conman. Conman hit the like. Make sure you go in there and hit the like as well. Join Conman. Shout out to Christian Malley, by the way. Thank you for your post on Twitter, man. That's awesome. Christian Malley, guess what? Comes in again, retweeting all of our stuff. Letting everybody know. Shout out to Christian. You're the beast, man. You're a beast. Hit that like button, though. This is ridiculous. We're not moving on until we get to over 100 likes. Over 100 likes, we're not moving on. We are not moving on. Brett McMurphy just listed who would be the favorite in the Peach Bowl, depending on who wins this game. Indiana would be the favorite over Oregon. Oregon would be the favorite over Alabama. Hit that like button. We're at 366. I'm not doing anything else. I'm not doing anything else till we get to that 100. You know what? I got a Happy Dad seltzer that's cracked open. It's watermelon. I'm not drinking out of this guy until we hit 100 likes because this is ridiculous. There's 304 of you in the building with us having a good time. How you not going to hit that like button? The best part about it, it is free. Just helps us hit the metrics that we want to and need to. Thank you. Yeah, of course, James. I'm happy to. 400 of you hanging out with us. Let's run those numbers up. It's the granddaddy of them all. The numbers should reflect that. The numbers should reflect that. All right. All right, indeed. Hit that thumbs up button. Here's what we're going to do. We get to 100. I'll do you a beer cheers. I'll do you a beer cheers. I'll get a big chug. That's 40 away. There's 417 of you. That can get done in 2 seconds. All everyone has to do is hit that button. All everyone has to do is hit that button. Shout out to Derek. I appreciate it, man. Already liked and subscribed. That's why you're a beast, my good sir. That's why you're a beast. New Year, same Ducks. Mighty in Miami. Love it. Love it, love it, love it, love it, love it. All right. So, I do have to move on, but I'm not drinking. I'm not drinking at all until we get to 100 likes. I do want you to know down below in the comment section, predict the score of what this game will be. Predict the final score for Alabama versus Indiana. Predict the score. Let me know who you think is going to come away with the victory. I see Claude says 28-17. I love it. Derek says 26-18 Hoosiers. Big Market says Alabama going to come away with a victory. Cyril, where are you at in this one? Who do you think comes away with a victory?
Honestly, I think it's going to be closer than the experts predict.
Yeah.
I don't know. As a Big Ten fan, from what I've seen from Indiana this year and the struggles that Alabama, or not struggles, but the inconsistencies that they've shown throughout the year, I'll take Indiana, 31-28. Hoosiers.
Ooh, love that. Mark says 35-15 Hoosiers. Conman says 31-21 Alabama. Teams with the bye right now in college football, in the CFP, they're 0-6. Good luck with that one. I don't think it's crazy to say that Alabama could come away with the victory. That score might be a little bit crazy, but that's okay. 70 likes. We need 30 more. Hit that like button. Hit that like button. Wow. What do I think is going to happen? Jeff! Good to see ya. Man, that's awesome, Jeff. We'll get you up here in just a moment. While we're waiting for Jeff's super chat to get up on the screen, make sure that I guess we show what my prediction is for this game. Here's my score prediction. I got the Hoosiers coming out on top. Got a Oregon versus Indiana rematch. I think will be coming that way. I got Hoosiers 35, Crimson Tide 24. I think that the Crimson Tide can score with the Hoosiers. I don't know that they will be able to match the firepower. I don't know that they will be able to match the firepower there. That was incredible. Incredible. Great. Yes, sir. No worries. Ooh, Jeff said, I just got here. I'll see your like and super chat and a comment. That's why you're the best, man. That's why you're the best. Don't worry. We'll get you up here in just a moment. And we're 20 likes away now. 20 likes away from hitting that 100 mark. $20 likes away. 19 away. I absolutely love that. We're about a minute and 50 seconds away from kickoff. You can tell the Alabama Crimson Tide are ready to go. Caden Proctor's got his jersey rolled all the way up. I think that's freaking awesome. There we go, Jeff! Bang! I just got here. I'll see your like and a super chat and a comment. Jeff, that's why you're the man. That's why you're the myth. That's why you're the legend. Shout out to you. I'll give you a beer cheers on that one, Jeff. Oh, boy. Ooh, boy. That was pretty freaking good, Jeff. A little Happy Dad seltzer. A little watermelon. Well, Jeff, it could mean that we might not be covering other games in the future. The more likes that we get, the more that we can go to the bosses and say, hey, look at how well this is doing. You want us, hopefully, to be doing live streams when it comes to the semifinals for the college football playoff. For us to be able to do that, got to get those like numbers up. 5 away. Come on in. There's a 450 of you in the building hanging out. All it takes is 5. Are you going to be one of those people that doesn't hit that like button? It's nice and easy. It's free. And it helps us grow the stream, grow the channel. We're so very close. Look at that. That number's about to get smoked right now. We're 1 away. Bang! Get in the comment section and spam me. If you're ready for kickoff, I'm fired up. I'm ready to go. Magic Johnson is doing the coin toss. I can't wait. Spam those memes down in the chat. We're giving shout outs. Derek says LFG. Yes, sir. Ty Man says me. Codman says me. Jacob says me. James says me. Jester. We're going to call that a me. I see James spamming me. Big Mark. Big K Mark, spam me. James, me. Love it. Keep spamming those me's. Tennessee says me. What up, sir? James says me. Love it. Love it. Gary says me. 80s music says me. Jeff, the man, the myth, the legend, says me. What's going on? Me again, says Gestures. Shout out, man. Shout out. Mark, what's going on? Mark says me. Shout out to everyone in the chat. Spamming those me's. Man, oh man, that is fantastic. If you want to be interactive in the chat today, you do have to be subscribed to the channel. You can't interact in the chat if you're not subscribed to the channel. So hit that sub button. Sorry, I got the Happy Dad burps. Hit that sub button. We're trying to get to 426,000 subscribers. We're becoming one of the biggest channels on all of YouTube. Ooh, one of the top players. I forgot about that. One of the top players for Indiana. I think he broke his leg. Yeah, usually you're not able to play after a broken leg just a month after, but who knows? I'm not a doctor. I've got no patience because I'm not a doctor. Bold take from my brother. Bold take. We will not be repeating that take on the show today. We will not be repeating that. I see me 20 times. Wow, I'm seeing some roll tides in the chat. I'm seeing a let's go Indiana. Derek says Cooper is playing today, so triple threat for receivers. Very true. Very, very true. Hard to tell them apart because both are maroon and white with a little bit of black. Both are maroon and white. Although I guess Indiana's like maroonish red is a little less. And I guess the Alabama's is crimson. Sorry, it's crimson. My bad. My bad. Kickoff is underway in the granddaddy of them all. And Indiana's going to come out on offense first. Ooh, boy. We're going to have fun today. Wow, they were having to squeegee off the rain at the Rose Bowl. Yeah, this morning. We're going to find out. This is a great tweet. Today is the day we find out whether the Rose Bowl grounds crew deserves their reputation as best in the game or whether they're simply nice weather merchants. It's very funny. Indiana ball on the 25. Mendoza back to pass early. Wow, Alabama gets to him. Mendoza sacked. First play of the game. Great job by Alabama. Yes, they did. Wow. Mendoza was able to get close to the line of scrimmage, not quite. Only going to be a 2nd and 12 now. Indiana in the shotgun. Nice little clap cadence. John Gruden's favorite. Nice run up the middle. Indiana. Going to get about half of those yards back. Roman Hemby. Nice run. Third down. Spam those threes down in the chat. Spam those threes. Big third down now. 3rd and 4. Indiana, a lot of motion going on between their tight end and their running back. Alabama showing pressure. They bring it. They get to him again. Mendoza brought down by multiple defenders for Alabama. Oh, no. Another team off the bye. Another slow start. Great blitz design here by the Crimson Tide. Able to bring down Mendoza. He gets sacked twice on this drive. I don't know why Indiana didn't just stick with the run game. It looked good. It looked really good. Indiana to kick. That one's going to go out of bounds. Not great. Bama, great field position to start this one. Ball's going to be on we'll call that the 41-yard line of the Crimson Tide. 41-yard line. Wow, there is rain everywhere. Rain everywhere. Yeah, no, defense looked good. Defense looked really freaking good. 100%. Ooh, I forgot. Brandon Finney, he's a freshman. That was a great game by him. All right. Alabama starting on their own 41-yard line. Ty Simpson back to throw. He's all by himself. Plenty of time. Runs out of the pocket for no real reason. That was stupid. It's almost like he expected pressure to be there that just wasn't there. I don't understand that decision by him. I don't fully understand that decision by him. All right. It's going to be 2nd down and 10 for the Crimson Tide. What will they do? Ty Simpson doesn't end up handing the ball off. Nice play action pass. Guess who he finds? Ryan Williams on the edge. Gain of 4. Ryan Grubb up top, making all the calls for the Crimson Tide's offense. Ryan Grubb was in Seattle just a few short years ago. Just a year ago, actually. 3rd down, 3rd and 6 for the Crimson Tide. Changing the play at the line of scrimmage. Ty Simpson back to throw. No pressure to him. Gets the ball out. Nice 1st down. Hill. Type those ones. And Alabama's on the Indiana side of the field. Nice play there by Hill. Knows where the 1st down marker is. Make sure he gets there. 49-yard line of Indiana is where the Crimson Tide have the ball. Ty Simpson under center. Play action pass. He wants to go deep. He's not going to have time. Indiana gets pressure to him. He gets out of it. Finds his tight end along the sidelines. Nice gain of 6 for Alabama. Nice gain of 6 for Alabama. I apologize, Josh. We're going to call that Q-Voss. He is the fullback for the Crimson Tide. 738 of you hanging out with us. Hit that sub button. If you want to interact with us in the chat, have a convo, you got to be able to hit that sub button. You can't chat if you don't have that sub button rocking. Ty Simpson under center again. Interesting. They're going to hand the ball off. First run for the Crimson Tide. Nice play by Hill. Able to get the 1st down for Alabama. Spam those ones. If you're a Bama fan, spam those ones. Don't worry, we're unbiased in this game. We might not have been unbiased in the last game. We're unbiased in this one. Pistol formation now for Alabama. Ty Simpson changing the play at the line of scrimmage. Snap, handoff, Hill again. Nothing doing. Nothing doing. Nothing doing. Forgot that Parker Brailsford is over at Alabama. I forgot that's where he ended up. 2nd and 10 right now for the Crimson Tide. Ty Simpson again, changing the play at the line of scrimmage. A lot of check with me stuff right now from Alabama. Back to throw. He has pressure immediately. Gets the ball out to Hill. Nowhere for Hill to go. Immediately brought down in the backfield. 3rd and long for Alabama. Not where you want to be. Not where you want to be. Let's this Indiana team pin their ears back and really go. Let's this Indiana team pin their ears back and really go. Third and 14 for the Crimson Tide. Ty Simpson, back to pass, immediately has pressure in his face. Escapes, chucks it. Nice play by Ryan Williams to turn into the corner and knock that ball down. Actually, I do think an interception there would have been fine. It was just basically a long arm punt. Nice pressure. I don't know what Proctor is doing. I understand that might be a slide right situation. It's clear that he's looking right. But there has to be a call off there from Proctor. Because Indiana gets free literally all by themselves. No one was touched. Alabama punts that one away. Indiana fair catches, doesn't matter. Great play by the Crimson Tide. Indiana's going to start that drive inside their own 5-yard line. SEC numbers guy is very grumpy right now on Twitter. He's going after Oregon. Well, this sounds like a perfect time, Cyril, to let everyone know about our good friends over at Prize Picks, because this episode is brought to you by Prize Picks. Whether you're starting a new routine or making player picks for the first time, trying something new can be hard. But in life and on Prize Picks, it always feels good to be right. With high-pressure playoff matchups every weekend and elite hoops action almost every night, the action never stops, and Prize Picks lets you take control. New feature alert. Prize Picks now has early payouts. If your player gets off to a hot start, you now have the option to cash out those winnings before the game even finishes. Find your community on Prize Picks with the new social feeds feature. You can share Prize Picks with your friends and copy lineups from winners with a single click. Copy lineups you like or use them as inspiration for your own picks. You can even follow Prize Picks partners like us and tail or fade our picks with just one click. I have a 2-pick power play for the action in this game. Fernando Mendoza, more on his pass yards. Ty Simpson, more on his pass TDs. Download the Prize Picks app today and use code CLNS to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. That's code CLNS to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. Prize Picks. It's good to be right. 1,100 of you hanging out with us in the building today. Hit that sub button. What are you doing? You're getting constant college football action here on the channel. We're going to be live for all of the games. Cyril and I are live for this one. Next one will be Harrison and Colin. And you know what? While you're out here and you're hitting that sub, you might as well hit the like button too. Here's what we got for our Super Chat menu today. If you send in a super, let us know what your team is. We'll give you a cheer for your school team. We might do like an Al, a Bama. I don't know. We'll figure it out. Roll Tide. I'm so stupid. Can you tell I've been live already for 4 hours, 5 hours, whatever that number is? For Indiana, we'll do like a Go Hoosiers, whatever you want. We got you. Send in a 5. That's a beer. Cheers. I've been getting thirsty. I got these guys right here. You send that in, we'll give you a beer. Cheers. Give you a little drink ski there as well. If you send in that 10, we'll do a big chug. And then, of course, you send in that 50, we'll immediately down our drinks. Wherever it's at, down it immediately. Big news out of Penn State. They're going to lose their QB. Tells me Rocco Beck going that way. Yeah, Ethan Grunkmeyer leaving. SEC numbers guy and I are going to get into it. Or maybe not. We'll see if he even sees what I said. He got a bud from me. Back into the action. Indiana hands the ball off. Going to be a gain of 3 or so there for the Hoosiers. I don't understand why they didn't do that right away. Alabama already has 2 sacks in this game. I think they're showing Kurt Signetti's wife. That's Mendoza's mom. Probably the same age. Probably the same age. Handoff up the middle again. Nice run for the Hoosiers. Going to get to the 10-yard line. It's going to be 3rd and 3 for them. 10-yard line their own, I should mention. 10-yard line of their own. Don't want anyone to get confused by where they're at. Don't want anyone to get confused on where they're at. Ooh, a little thirsty. Sip of the bubbly. Sometimes you need it. It's helping fill up my stomach. All right, 3rd and 2. Mendoza's going to pass. He's rolling out. He's got pressure. Nice throw from Mendoza. First down, Indiana. Type those ones. Is he able to sling this? Nice. Back across your body. Got a guy draped all over his receiver. Still throws it in a spot where only his guy can come away with it. Nice catch there by Surratt. He's so good. Elijah Surratt. Sorry. I don't know. Hawkinson accent. I mess those up all the time. They go right back to him on a quick smoke screen. He's going to get 9. No bye team has ever won in the college football playoff since it has expanded to 12. No team has won. Wow. Dan Wolken might have been the worst performance in the history of the college football playoff. He's talking about Texas Tech. Wow. Show us that you're prisoner of the moment more. Mendoza gets the ball out quickly again. We're just spamming the Surratt button, eh? He's going to be short. 3rd down for the Hoosiers. 3rd down for the Hoosiers. We're at 158 likes. Hit that like button. Help us get over that 200 like mark. Come on in. Smash that like button. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Indiana under center. They just need inches here. They bring in an extra lineman to be a fullback. Easily got it. Easily got it. Hemby's been fantastic. Easy run for the Hoosiers. I'll tell you what, Cignetti's got his guys over there. And they're big, they're mean, they're physical. Cignetti got his guys, and they're big, they're mean, and they're physical. Handoff again, Hemby. They're really running this ball down the throat of Alabama. Now, he only gets 2 there, but I think the Ducks kind of showed us, and we can learn from that performance. A 2-yard gain at the beginning of the game, well, that's going to turn into quite a bit more. Quite a bit more later on. Quite a bit more later on. Oh, my goodness. 2nd and 9. Mendoza back to throw. He's got time. He's looking deep. Fires. Finds an open receiver. Nice throw by Mendoza down the sideline. Type those ones. Oh, great toe tap, too. Understanding where you're at on the sideline. Oh, man. Nice catch. That's a great job there. That's not one of the top guys. That wasn't Cooper or Surratt. That was Charlie Becker. Great catch. 1st and 10 right now for Indiana. They're on the Alabama side of the field. Nice run on 1st down. Going to get 5 or so. Good 2-back system that you got cooking. Good 2-back system that you got cooking. I'd agree with you. I think the first one, Alabama had 2 great calls. I don't know that Indiana had a counter. Indiana has clearly shown they have a halfway decent counter. Handoff up the middle. Another 1st down for Indiana. They're just going to keep marching. They're just going to keep pushing forward. Spam those ones down below in the chat. Spam those ones. They're just going to keep going. They are just going to keep driving. They are perfectly okay with that. They are perfectly okay with just pushing forward and getting that little bit that they need. Drive after drive after drive. Mendoza. Back to throw. Ball out quickly. Finds an open receiver. Not quite going to get the 1st down. Ball's going to be just short of that. That's Williams on the outside. 2nd and short. 2nd and short. Hit that sub button. There's 1,100 of you hanging out with us. Run that number up. That's a live sub counter, by the way. The more that you hit sub, you'll see that number actually move. If you haven't subbed right now to this channel and you hit sub, it'll go the right way. Fernando Mendoza is 5 for 5 for 55 yards in this game. Dude's looking pretty good. See? Told you. Went up. Handoff up the middle. Nice run. Nice run for the Hoosiers. And now the O-line is pushing the pile. Ball's going to be right around the 10-yard line, getting the Hoosiers into the Prize Picks red zone. Download the Prize Picks app today and use code CLNS to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. Prize Picks. It's good to be right. Just like that, the Hoosiers are rolling. Oh, trust me. Trust me, I love a good hog molly. Big fan of those guys, having been a former one. Although these guys are much bigger than I was and more athletic and faster. Probably better looking, too. Handoff up the middle, Hemby. He was able to get 2 yards there for the Hoosiers. I think we're doing okay. Elder wants Bama to step it up. Big fan of the Crimson Tide. Big fan of the Crimson Tide. 966 of you hanging out with us. Shout out to each and every single one of you. Hit that like button. We're just 15 away. 15 from 200. Timeout Indiana on the field. Mendoza does not look happy. Cignetti looks like he always does. Slightly frustrated. Slightly agitated, slightly frustrated. That's what Cignetti looks like. Hit that like button. All right, we got 192 likes. Let's get to 200. If we get to 200, I'll do a beer cheers. Woo! We'll do a beer cheers. That's for damn sure. 900 of you hanging out with us, Searle. 900 people. We're 2 away. Let's go.
Let's go, let's go, let's go.
We could easily hit 300. If we hit 300 right now, before we come back from commercial break, I'll chug my whole beer. 201. Let's go. Shout out to y'all. Thank you guys so much for hitting that like button. Cheers.
Thoughts on what you've seen so far, Ortner?
I thought there was going to get a little hairy for Indiana. Clearly it hasn't. Both teams are really running. I mean, I guess Alabama isn't really running the ball well. Indiana is. But there were some good runs for the Crimson Tide. Quick game so far. I mean, it's only the first quarter, but it's essentially taken, 15, 20 minutes? Not a lot of stops in the action. Not a whole lot of breaks. Both offenses, aside from that first drive by Indiana, they've been able to move the football pretty well. I think that's a good sign. I think that's a good sign of things to come and a good sign of what this game will be. I'm a little bit worried that it could get away from the Crimson Tide, but we'll see. We will see. Here is Kalon Black's rushing stat line. He's been the big gainer so far for the Hoosiers, although Hemby hasn't been too shabby himself. 5 yards per carry right now for Black, and I think that's very impressive with what Bama has been doing, loading up the box, trying to stop everything that was going for Indiana. Fernando Mendoza, easy for me to say. He is perfect on the day. That first drive, I wouldn't necessarily say was his fault. The offensive line let a couple guys get into the backfield early and quickly, and they made him pay the price. It's funny, the offensive linemen are never the guys who have to pay the price when they miss. Love that. Absolutely love that. Hit that sub button if you could. Look at that. We're so close to that 800. You know what, Cyril? We get to 425, 800. We'll do another beer cheers. We'll do another beer cheers. So come on in. Hit that sub button. Let's run those numbers up. Look at that. We're now just 35 away. That's what it means to be a fan here at Chat Sports. Hit that sub button. Run those numbers up, 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 and up. As high as you can possibly get them to go. As high as you can possibly get them to go. It's a free stream here that we do. Just hitting that sub button helps us out. Same thing with hitting the like button. That always is a big deal as well. Same thing with hitting that like button. That's a big deal for us as well. Mendoza back to throw. Tried to run a screen pass. Nothing was doing there. Great read by the Alabama Crimson Tide defense. Going to be a third down. Tough to call a timeout there and that be your play. Tough to call a timeout there and that be your play. What a read. It's almost like he lost. And so because he lost his matchup, he was set up in the perfect spot to see where the running back was coming from. I guess that was the tight end. Excuse me. Mendoza and Indiana still in the pocket. Or in the huddle, excuse me. They got to hustle. Only 6 seconds to get this play off. He does. Handoff up the middle. Hemby again. Nothing. What a real conservative play call there by the Hoosiers. It was 3rd and 10 or so. 3rd and long. And they just hand the ball off. There was clearly some sort of miscommunication. He couldn't hear. Sounds like he couldn't hear in his helmet. It looks like Mendoza could not hear from his helmet. Wow, oh wow. All right, so now we got Indiana on to kick a field goal. It's like there was a stoppage of play on the field. Kalen DeBoer seems a little upset. So does the Alabama side. Well, why did the clock stop? The clock should not have stopped. It did. It was a run up the middle in the middle of the field. And now the clock has stopped with 2 seconds left. It looks like it's so an Indiana player can get off the field. I'm very confused. Yeah, and now the clocks are at 0. That was a very weird ending. It was a very weird ending to the quarter there. But just like that, we're done with 1 quarter of football in Pasadena. No blood was drawn. Alabama 0, Indiana 0. That's right. Let us know. How are the Hoosiers doing? Grade that first quarter in the comment section. How are the Hoosiers doing? Let us know. Jameson says C. I'm seeing some C's. Lots of C's. C seems rough, especially, like, think about it. Indiana has had 2 drives, Cyril. Alabama's had 1. That's it.
If you're an Indiana fan, I don't know what you could be. I mean, I wouldn't say to see. They're driving. Sure, the drive stalled out.
Right.
But the defense is playing well. You're able to move the ball against this Alabama defense. Mm-hmm. I don't know. C seems a little harsh. I'd go like B.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't disagree with you there. I think B is probably a better spot to be. Defensively, you figured out how to stop Alabama despite Alabama getting a couple of first downs. Offensively, yeah, first drive sucked. Real bad. Real bad. Second drive, I wouldn't say that sucked. Yeah, 100%. I thought you did a good job. So I think I'm giving them a B minus. I think B minus. C seems harsh. Now, let's grade Alabama against Indiana. How have the Crimson Tide performed? Kind of think they're in the same boat, Cyril. I don't know what you think, but I kind of think you're in the same boat there as well. You ran the football well. Not that you ran it too much. Ty Simpson didn't look horrible. And you only got 1 drive offensively. Defensively, the first drive, you shut him out. Second drive, Indiana has had to earn everything, and you kept him out of the end zone when you needed to most. I think that's pretty impressive. I think that's pretty darn impressive. Remember I said we'd do another beer cheers once we got to that 425 800. Where we at? We're 23 away. I love it. I freaking love it, Cyril. So come on in. Hit that sub button if you haven't already.
To answer you, Christmas elf lights. I believe he's referring to Joey. Did Joey do the Miami game last night?
Yeah, did he do lights on it?
No, that's just the guy's name. Christmas elf lights.
Oh. What'd he say?
He said, what was the guy's name that did the Miami game last night?
Joey Peterson.
Also host of our Tennessee football channel.
And Baltimore Ravens and Green Bay
Bay
Packers. Dude's a beast. All right. Indiana on to kick that field goal up and through. Just like that, 3 seconds into the second quarter. We've seen our first blood drawn. Indiana 3, Alabama 0. I think if you're a Bama fan, you got to feel pretty good about that. You got to feel pretty darn confident about how the defense came up big there. But I will say this. You can't let them keep running the football the way that they were on you. Spam those FGs down in the chat below. Or if you got some takes that you want to get off, you can get those off your chest. Winner of this one, I know the bots. Winner of this one, going to take on Oregon in the Chick-fil-A Peach Bowl. The Peach Bowl, the Georgia Peach. That would make sense why it would be in Atlanta. Right. There you go. It is funny that the West Coast school does have to travel all the way. I'm going to call Georgia the East Coast, or at least close enough. It's pretty darn far. And then the Southern schools, Miami and either Georgia or Ole Miss, would have to travel to the Verbo Fiesta Bowl the day before. Especially since I'm assuming the Verbo Fiesta Bowl is still in Arizona. Yeah. Yep, it was perfect. We used to be a proper country.
And then it was the PlayStation Fiesta Bowl.
Yeah, it should always say Tostitos. Yeah. We used to be a proper country. And the Fiesta Bowl used to get the group of 5 team back in the day. Sharon, clearly a Bama fan, thinks that they're going to go down on offense. I love that. Folklore legend. Christmas, he did great. I'm so glad I found this channel and community. You guys do it right.
Hey.
And better than listening to Christmas elf lights, man. Thank you. I appreciate it. Glad that Joey got you in the door. Hopefully, Searle and I can keep you at the table.
Absolutely.
Got you in the door. Hopefully, we can keep you at the table eating whatever we got cooking. I don't know. That's kind of where that analogy ran out for me. I ran out of steam there, unfortunately.
Back to the whole Fiesta Bowl.
Yes.
Name, whatever. Yeah. This might be actually, no, this isn't even a hot take. I think the Rose Bowl just needs to be the national championship every year.
Yes. I knew I liked you.
If it's called the granddaddy of them all.
It is. It's the best.
Then why don't you make it the granddaddy of them all, the national title, every year?
Because the Sugar Bowl would feel some type of way. The Cotton Bowl would feel some type of way. It's such Bush League, but it's true.
It's all about the money.
It is. It's only a matter of time before the Bulls go completely away, which sucks.
Yeah.
And
here I am as a Nebraska fan, just happy that we made bowl games in back-to-back years.
Right. Look, dude, I don't want to be that guy, but we've seen what's going to happen here. We know
absolutely.
What the deal is.
Yeah. It's just not a matter of if, but when, sadly.
Exactly. They might keep 1 or 2 and, rotate. I'd even be cool if we said, hey, Sugar Bowl, Rose Bowl, those are your semifinals. The final is the next whatever the next Saturday is, right? The fact that they have to play their college football championship game, you have to play your semifinals on a Thursday and a Friday, and then you have to play your final game on a Monday. That's not college football. It's not college sports. It's ridiculous.
And the championship needs to be on a Saturday.
Yes.
Not only for football, but college basketball, college baseball, you name it.
Yes, and it shouldn't be, at SoFi Stadium. It needs to be at a smaller venue or one of the college football stadiums. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. Alabama back out on the field. Offense looking to get going. Under center was Ty Simpson. Nothing doing there on that run for the Crimson Tide. Nothing doing right there. Nothing. Unfortunately for Alabama. So far, Indiana trying to break the record when it comes to how well or not well the team with the bye has done. Hit that sub button. 1,000 of you hanging out with us. Go in and smash it. Alabama, again, Ty Simpson, under center. Interesting. Hands the ball off up the middle. Nice run there by Kevin Riley. He's going to get a couple, but not too many. Not too many. A very quick third down. And this is not the way that the Alabama Crimson Tide wanted it to go. Not the way they wanted it to go. Not the way they wanted it to go. All right. In the backfield, Ty Simpson. Next to him, Hill. Simpson looking to pass. Doesn't see anyone. Decides to tuck it and run. He's got space. He's got room. It just depends on where they mark him. Ooh, they're saying he started his slide short of the first down, and they mark him well short. Well short of the first down. Well, because it's where you start your slide. I know. Was he actually starting his slide? I mean, his knee's going to hit. He is short. His knee is going to hit, and he is definitely short. Right now, we are 55 likes away from 300 likes on the stream. Make sure you go and hit that. Alabama, they're going to go for it on fourth down. Lined up in the Wildcat. Indiana calls a timeout. Wow, oh wow. Interesting.
Like Ortner said, go ahead and drop a like for us down below. If you love college football.
I was going to say, What happened there?
Take two. If you love college football, then like the video down below.
Yes, sir.
We appreciate the love. We got over 1,000 viewers in the chat right now. We got 252 likes. Let's get it up to 275. What do you say?
Yes, sir. We get to 300. I told you I'm doing a beer.
There you go.
So let's get there. Right now, Alabama's offense really been stuck in the mud. Hill's been the big gainer. He's got 8 yards between receiving and between rushing. Simpson's got 12 total. It's not going well. It is interesting. Haven't seen much from Omar Cooper in this one. There's Daniel Hill. That's his stat line so far. 2 carries. He's got 3 yards on each one. That's going to put him in a position to have 6 on the day. I'll tell you this right now. Would have thought we would have got a little bit more. Would have thought that we would have gotten a little bit more from them. I'm going to say Ty Simpson. I think we're going to see him kind of start to step up. Or if he doesn't, this one might get ugly quick. Dude, he's been perfect. Literally, he's been perfect. Yeah, as a former offensive lineman, I blame the O-line and the lack of them keeping him upright, keeping him healthy where he needs to be. That's right. Here's our Super Chat menu for the action today. If you want to be a part of it, we've already had one person send in a super. If you'd like to send in a super, we're doing beer cheers, doing shots, beer chug. It's 2026. Might as well ring in the new year with a little bit of the bubbly. Responsibly, of course, but a little bit of the bubbly. So if you want to send in that is where we are. Hit that like button. We're 25 likes away from 300. Go on in and smash that like button. Smash. We're already 24, Cyril. Look at that. 24 away. That number just keeps going up and up and up. Man, oh man. Want to get that thing as high as it possibly can go. All right, 4th and 1 again. Bama's offense still out on the field. Just kidding. It is their punt team. And now they go into some trickeration. I thought I saw Ty Simpson. They're trying to get Indiana to jump off sides. Not doing. I don't know what DeBoer is thinking. Alabama's just going to take the penalty there. Smart timeout by Indiana. Because I guess right. Smart timeout by Indiana, though, because Cignetti doesn't like what he sees, calls the timeout, has his defense set up ready to go. And then Alabama's like, we're going to have our entire offense but our punter out, make it look like we're going to do a fake punt, but then really just take the penalty. Didn't love that. In fact, I kind of think that was really stupid. Hit that sub button. I told you if we get to that 800 mark, I'll finish the rest of my beer. How about that? I'll finish the rest of my beer. It's pretty full. We got to get to that 800 mark on our subs. Come on in, hit the sub button. All right, now Bama's going to go for it. They called the timeout just to go back into the original formation. Quick little shovel pass. Going to be close. I don't know that Bernard got there. And it doesn't look like he's going to be marked like he got there. Quick little shovel pass. Kalen DeBoer. What are you doing, Kalen DeBoer? If you're going to go for it, go for it. Hey, Skull Viking fan. Good to see you. Yes, of course I remember you from earlier. It's a wildcat formation. That's a great block there by Proctor. Tight end just doesn't stay on it for Alabama. What a dumb decision. Wow, and Bernard got real close. But he didn't get there. That's ridiculous. Yes, sir. Huge play. Type those LFGs. And Cignetti looks like he wants to harm someone. He always looks like that, though. That was just such a stupid play call. Now Indiana's inside of field goal range already. Mendoza, back to pass. Pressure by the Alabama defense, unable to bring him down. He does not run like an athlete, yet he's quick enough to go and get a decent gain there. There's a flag on the field. It is going to be holding. It is going to go against the Indiana Hoosiers. There you go. 29 subs away. Hit that sub button. 1,000 of you hanging out with us. By the way, 13 away from 300 likes. Hit that like button. You love college football. We love college football. Run those numbers up. Allows us to do more college football streams. Mendoza standing on the 50-yard line in the shotgun. Hands the ball off. Hemby, plenty of room. Plenty of room for him to rumble. First down, Indiana. Gain of 21 on the ground there. Type those ones. What up, Frosh? Good to see you. 6 likes away from 300. Handoff up the middle again. If Indiana wants to, they can just run this game out and win. This is high school football. Run the football. PTR. They will win this ball game. If they just continue to hand the ball off, they will come away with a victory. And Kalen DeBoer's decision there just is so stupid. So stupid. I don't know what DeBoer was. It's almost like he tried to, I'm so smart compared to everybody else. As Mendoza looks across, tries to find an open receiver, unable to bring it in. Nice play there by Jones on the defense for Alabama. Going to set up a 3rd and 8. That's a nice read. Just a simple out route, setting himself up in a good position. 7 likes away from 300. Hit that like button. Hit that like button. 6 away. There's 1,000 of you in here. You love college football. We love college football. Hit that like button. Go away, bots. Mendoza back to pass. Bama brings pressure, trying to find a receiver, and he does. Great pitch, great catch. Indiana finds the end zone first in Pasadena. Charlie Becker. Great catch earlier in the day. Great catch to end the day. I guess not to end the day, to end the drive. Spam those TDs. Great throw where only his guy could go and get it. Nice play. 1 like away. There we go. Bang. Beer cheers for you. I got you. Thank you for the 300 likes. Nice play there by Becker. Just like that, after the kick going up and being good. Indiana. They are now up 10-0 on Alabama. And the route may be on. The route may be on in Pasadena. Mendoza. The route may be on in Pasadena. A lot of game left. But after that decision by Alabama, it tells me they're not super confident in what they're doing. And if they're not super confident in what they're doing, I'm not going to be confident in them. Find a way to come away with a victory in this one. Need to let you know that this episode is brought to you by our good friends over at Prize Picks. Whether you're starting a new routine or making player picks for the first time, trying something new can be hard. But in life and on Prize Picks, it always feels good to be right. With high-pressure playoff matchups every weekend and elite hoops action almost every night, the action never stops, and Prize Picks lets you take control. New feature alert! Prize Picks now has early payouts. If your player gets off to a hot start, you now have the option to cash out those winnings before the game even finishes. Find your community on Prize Picks with the new social feeds feature. You can share Prize Picks with your friends and copy lineups from winners with a single click. Copy lineups you like or use them as an inspiration for your own picks. You can even follow Prize Picks partners like us and tail or fade our picks with just 1 click. I have a 2-pick power play for the action today. Fernando Mendoza, more on his pass yards. Ty Simpson, more on his pass TDs. Got a little demon on that one, too. Download the Prize Picks app today and use code CLNS to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. That's code CLNS to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. Prize Picks. It's good to be right. Man, oh man. We are 23 new subscribers away from absolutely deleting what's left of this can here of Happy Dad. Then I'll have to pop over another one. Maybe if we get to 900, I'll delete that one too. We'll see what we do. Hit that sub button if you love college football. We've got videos coming out here on the channel all the time. We got you covered. NFL, we got you covered. College football, we got you covered. NBA, we got you covered. Whatever you like, whatever you're into, we got you covered here on Chat Sports. Hit that sub button. Quack, quack, indeed. Quack, quack, indeed. Winner of this game is going to take on. Winner of this one's going to take on the Oregon Ducks in the Chick-fil-A Peach Bowl. Nice throw there by Mendoza. Just leading his receiver where he needed to be. Nice catch. Nice catch. Shout out to Don Fisher. How excited do you think he is that he finally has a... He's been calling games on the radio since 73. How excited do you think he is that he finally gets to call games where the Hoosiers are actually winning ball games? Alabama takes the kickoff out of the end zone, and they pay the price for it. This one's going to get ugly, I'm afraid. This one's going to get ugly. Now, they didn't fumble the ball or lose the ball, but it's very clear that Alabama did not put themselves in the best position to succeed. Best position to succeed. They're going to have to go really the length of the field here on this one. Really the length of the field here on this one. Alabama in the shotgun. Ty Simpson back to pass. Rolling out. Finds a Ryan Williams wide open on the sideline. He's going to get a gain of 5. Nice little play there. All right, Kalen DeBoer trying to make up for a dumb play decision that he had earlier. 2nd and 5 right now, the 112th Rose Bowl in Pasadena. The 112th. If I think it gets ugly, I'm crazy. I don't know, man. I don't know. Maybe I'm not. Nice throw to the outside. Bernard with the catch. First down, Alabama. Type those ones in the chat. Spam those ones. Nice play by Bernard. His first catch of the game. Finally showing up in a big way. Finally showing up in a big way. Ty Simpson, 6 for 8, 35 yards. Back to throw. Nothing doing there. He's got pressure in his face immediately. He's trying to dump off a screen pass there. There's not much he can really do. Not much that he can really do. I said if we get to 800, I'd finish my beer. We're pretty darn close. What is that, 14 away? Come on in. Hit that sub button. Hit that sub button. 13 away now. Let's go. Let's run those numbers up. Let's run those numbers up. Handoff now up the middle. Nothing doing there for the Crimson Tide. Nothing doing for the Crimson Tide. 12 away. All right, going to be 3rd and 10. Long way to go. Long way to go. Simpson back to throw. Has time. Tries to escape up the middle, and he's brought down quickly. He is barely going to get to the line of scrimmage. He is barely going to get back to the line of scrimmage. What is interesting, Jam Miller, haven't really seen him much in this game. He's healthy. I keep looking up, trying to figure out what's going on with him. One of my guys to watch. Watching him sit on the pine a lot right now. Punt is away for the Crimson Tide. Indiana's going to get that one back. And a nice gain on the play. Indiana's going to be set up in nice field position for this one. Yeah. We might get gross pretty quickly. We might get gross pretty darn quickly. 10 away. Hey, Cyril, can you go help them? And I'll man it here. You remember how to do it? Yep. If you don't know, come get me. All right, so we're in a commercial break right now. Let me know in the chat, am I crazy for saying that this one is over? Or at least it feels like it might be over. I know it's early. I know it's bad, poor form on my part. But it just feels like the way Indiana is moving the football right now, they are going to come away with this one. I'll get the bots away, Skull. I got you. Bam, they gone. They gone. You know what? Let's see if we can get that sub number done and gone. Oh, I'm getting a you crazy from Skull. I get it. Conman says, what? Conman is a Bama fan. Conman, tell me why I'm wrong. I'm not here to fight. I'm here to have a civil argument. Tell me what I'm missing. Tell me why I'm wrong. I'm not trying to be a troll. I'm not trying to attack anyone. Ty Simpson is good. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is the way that Alabama is moving the football right now makes me worry about how they'll be able to move the football this entire game. In Indiana, nobody's stopping them. Nobody's stopping them. Bama is a second half team, says Conman. Were you able to show them and they got it? Okay. Did you send them ours too? So make sure that. Cool. No worries. And if it's the same, I know how to do it. And so I can show them at halftime. First and 10 as we're getting back into the action. Hoosiers football on the 43-yard line. Indiana's coach is the ace in the hole. That's pretty good. What's your name? Dick. I'm not favoring anybody. I'm actually as neutral and unbiased as it can be. In fact, I like my Ducks against both teams, but that's just my take. Whoa, Alabama defense firing on all cylinders, says Will. Shut your damn mouth. Big sack against Mendoza. That's their third sack on the day, third sack in the half. Alabama's defense, they're going to keep themselves in this ball game. Or at least it feels like they have a shot to keep them in this ball game. 7 subs away. Come on in, hit that sub button. Don't miss out on your opportunity. Sub to the channel. It's free. Run up the middle by Indiana again. It was 2nd and 9. Probably got 8 to 9 on that run. Although the running back is down. Can't tell if that's, I believe that's Hill. Cool. Excuse me, that's Kalon Black. I apologize. The senior out of Virginia is down, grabbing his wrist. He definitely takes a shot. Well, yeah, he takes a shot. His elbow hits the ground hard. Not good. Commercial timeout again for the injured player down on the field. 1 sub away. Hit that 800. Bang! I told you I finished my beer. I'll do so now. Shout out to all of y'all. Now here's the question, because I'm gonna let you hear the best sound for anyone over 21. The opening of the can. Can has been opened. That's the next one. If we get to 850, I will finish half of it. If we get to 900, I'll finish the whole dang thing. I'll finish the whole dang thing. Here's what Mendoza's stat line looks like today, Cyril. I'm impressed. I'm impressed. Yeah. Put it in a place where only your guy can go up and get it. Your guy does. Great throw to Becker. I've been very impressed with the running ability and this rushing attack that we have seen from Indiana, it's clear that they know they can run the football. They can play man football against this crew. Roman Hemby, 5 yards a carry. Kalon Black, 5 yards a carry. Now, Black is the one who is down on the field. Kalon Black, that is. He is down on the field right now. I'd be very interested to see how bad that injury is. Will he be able to get back out on the field for this crew? Is it just a quick injury? Or is it something that could, take a while? Take a while for him to be back. Sorry, been talking all day. Shoot, we're at 5 hours right now. Ooh, 6. 6 hours of talking today. So, sorry, I got to take a couple of extra drinks. Ty Simpson on the day. Not bad. But Indiana has done a great job of saying, look, Ty, I don't care what you do. You're not beating us deep. You're not getting a big play. You're not getting a big chunk play. We are going to keep you in front of us. And that's exactly what they've done. That's exactly what they've done. No. Hill and Riley are the only guys to go. Haven't seen Jam Miller in this one, which I find interesting. He is healthy. I had to go through the injury report. I was like, am I an idiot? I'm out here saying Jam Miller is someone to watch. He's the top rusher for Alabama. I feel like a gigantic dumbass. Because I'm like, hey, watch out for Jam Miller. Guess who hasn't gotten the ball at all? I haven't seen him on the field. Jam Miller. Fernando Mendoza delivers a strike to his receiver. Ball gets knocked out. The question is, was it incomplete or was it a fumble? They're calling it incomplete on the field. Oh, man, Alabama almost got a big turnover there. I don't know, Jim. Indiana's receiver catches the ball, takes 3 steps, gets popped. Ball hits the ground. Alabama recovers it. Here's the thing. They're not going to overturn that because they called it incomplete on the field. I think that's a completed ball. I don't know what you think, Searle. I think that was completed.
The whole thing with making a football move, it's dicey territory.
Right. The ball hit his hands. He goes 1, 2, 3. Ball gets hit out. Now, I understand that it's catch and it's 1, 2, 3 as he's coming down. But still, I think that was a fumble too, CC. Happy New Year, Frosh. Happy New Year. I agree, Frosh. I think he caught it. I think he absolutely caught it. Also, sorry. I'm trying to massage the sciatica out of me. Gosh. Gotta love nerve pain. Gotta love it. Fighting through. Guess what? We're standing here. Playing hurt. Playing hurt. Never quit. Never surrender. Ty Simpson back to throw. Finds an open receiver. Nice catch there from his tight end. Able to bring it in without being brought down. Josh Cuevas. That's what we're going to call him. Hit that sub button. If we get to 425.50, I'm finishing my beer. It's full. I just popped it. Ty Simpson back to throw. Finds it open hill. First down. Alabama Crimson Tide. Spam those ones down below in the chat. Spam those ones down below in the chat. Yes, they do. Bama's starting to go quick. I got some ulnar nerve issues. I feel you. Dude, that's brutal. I got 2 torn feet. No knee injuries. The nerve pain on the glute is a new one. I found that one. Handoff to Hill. He makes a couple of Hoosiers miss as he gets moving forward. Maybe I spoke too soon, con man. Maybe I spoke too soon. Maybe I spoke too soon. Run that sub number up. Let's go. It's a live sub counter. Hasn't moved here in a little bit. That's not good. Not good. Ty Simpson back to throw. Delivers a strike. Ryan Williams, what a catch. He got popped. First down. Spam those ones. Spam those ones in the chat. All of a sudden, Alabama's got something. As soon as Alabama gets a first down or two, things are starting to go their way. Ty Simpson back to throw. Gets the ball out quickly to Hill. Going to be a gain of 3. As long as Alabama can stay ahead of the sticks, you got to feel pretty good about what they're doing. Wow, Ryan Williams got popped. Wow, he got popped. That's incredible. Hit that like button. We're at 350 likes. Let's get over to 400. There's 1,000 of you hanging out with us. It's free and simple to do. All you got to do is hit that thumbs up button. He hasn't had a 50-yard receiving game in 6 games. Ryan Williams. He's at 22 so far today. Hand off right side. Nothing doing. Nothing doing. It was Kevin Riley again. This Indiana defensive line, man. In a bear front, a little pinch, comes in, makes a great play. That's just fantastic. I don't think they can re-sign Saban at the half. 3rd down, 3rd and 7. Alabama only has 1 3rd down converted in this ball game. Going to need to get their second one here. Don't want to give this ball back to Indiana. Ty Simpson back to pass. He's looking deep. Unable to find anybody. He tucks it and runs. He's going to get the first down himself and then some. Ball does get on the ground. Is it a fumble? He got popped hard. They're saying it's Indiana ball right now. Did Simpson have it to the ground? There's an Indiana fan that is flexing extremely hard and should be embarrassed about the muscles that he just showed. So Simpson has the first down. He gets popped. Oh, yeah, that ball's out. That ball is out for sure. He got hit in the back hard. As soon as he got hit in the back, that ball pops out. CC says I called it. It is Indiana ball for sure. Well, he doesn't want to slide because last time he slid and they said he was short. So I don't blame him. Yeah, guess what? They're going right back to the run game, are the Hoosiers. They got 3 minutes. They can really salt away a lot of this clock. Alabama does get the ball to start the second half, but if you're Indiana, just run the ball. There's no reason to rush. Simpson is in a lot of pain. He got popped hard in the back. Hit the like button if you love college football. Mendoza decides to keep it himself on a little RPO there. Gets 3. Every time he runs, it looks awkward, I think. He doesn't move like an athlete. Neither do I, as you can tell by my constant moving on today's live. We got you guys covered, by the way, for all of the action that you could want. We're going to have a Harrison and Colin live stream from this same main channel for that Sugar Bowl. So make sure that you're here for it. They're doing some extra checking out of Ty Simpson as we go into that 2-minute timeout. Perfect. The nice thing about that redirect is it'll shoot you over there. Oh. As soon as we sign off of this one, it will shoot you right over to Georgia Ole Miss. So you shouldn't miss any action. You should not miss any action. Is that updating? Oh, I was going to say, because I'm looking at it at something different right now. I got us with a few more. Yeah, I got us with a few more. That's interesting. Yeah. No. Interesting. Oh, well. What are you going to do? Oh, well. What are you going to do? Come on in. Hit that sub button. Keep growing the channel. We're trying to grow as much as we can here on the stream. Mike, I will be live on Saturday. I'll also be live on Sunday. I'll be back here on the main channel on Sunday doing a little bit of NFL whip around. Conman says, regardless of the game, Georgia will win it all. I disagree. I think that the Oregon Ducks showed that they got a pretty good shot at winning it all. I think that the Oregon Ducks showed that they got a pretty darn good chance at winning the whole dang thing. But I'm biased. I am biased. And I own that, and I'm okay with that. I own it, and I am perfectly okay with that. By the way, if you like West Coast football or you want to show some support to the stream and to what we're doing, put in that link to the Oregon Football Report. You can subscribe to that channel right there. If you do so, what are you going to get? You're going to get Oregon Duck football content every single day. We'll do a video over there today. Well, it might be tomorrow, but we'll do a video over what Oregon will be facing on whoever the winner is of this Alabama and Indiana game. Here's the tail of the tape right now for the team comps. Indiana, they're kind of dominating the points, but they're not really dominating anything else. It's been a pretty close game. Early on, Alabama has some too quick stops, and I think that's kind of why you're seeing the yardages be pretty similar in the time of possession. If I'm Alabama, though, I'm absolutely terrified with how well Indiana has run this football. I don't know that they can be stopped. Ty Simpson is on the sidelines getting checked out. Right now, Indiana's on the field, third down. Alabama showed pressure. They brought it from a different spot. Mendoza's kind of scrambling around, finds a way to get the first down. Great run by Mendoza. 900 of you hanging out with us. Go hit that thumbs up icon. Hit that thumbs up icon. We're at 358 likes. Need a little bit more than that. Mendoza, not the best runner, but definitely can run if he needs to. Going to be a run for Hemby here for Indiana. He's going to get a decent gain. Forced out of bounds on the 30-ish yard line. 30-ish. Gain of 8. Damani Jackson in that defensive back for Alabama. 2nd and 2 right now for Indiana. Excuse me, he almost got to the 35-yard line. Mendoza's going to hand the ball off again. First down, Indiana. Type those ones. Dude, they are just going to pound the rock. And if I'm an Oregon fan, where has Oregon struggled at times? Stopping the run. I don't know why I said if I'm an Oregon fan. I am an Oregon fan. Right now, this rushing attack has been pretty darn good for Indiana. Right now, this rushing attack has been pretty darn good. Letting the clock run. Although the officials are having a conversation about something. The officials are having a convo right now about something. Trying to figure out what they need to do. Is it stuck on something? LMAO. I was going to say. Yes. Because I was looking at it, I was like, wait a minute. That's not right. Like, that's not right at all. So they put a bunch of time back on the clock. I'm very confused on what's happening. I'm over here not trying to feed you misinformation, but I'm very confused as to what's happening. It's 3rd and 1 right now for the Hoosiers. The old replay review. Refs got to it just a little bit late. So the clock kept running, but they're looking to see. So I don't understand, because I guess they're saying, like, did he get the first down? But it's clear to me that Hemby was well across the line. I don't understand what's happening. Taco Bell banging. Shout out to Justin. They might have just barely given him the first, and he should have been further. But that just kind of is what it is. We are 38 likes away from getting to that 400 mark. Come on in and like the video. So very close. We're edging in. If we get to 50, if we get to 425, 850, I told you I would finish my beer. I will finish my beer. Let's get to 850. Hit that sub button if you haven't already. So they said he got a little bit. I'm assuming they're saying he got a little bit further than he actually did, because it's obviously a first down. It was still a first, but they're saying that he got more. Where he barely got the first down on the field. That's ridiculous. It's a whole. Yeah, so originally they said he didn't get the first. We thought they had given him the first, and that's how crazy it was. Insane. Hemby with a nice play, able to get about 5 there on the ground for Indiana. So originally they marked him short. How in the world did they? We were so confused at why they were reviewing to see if he got the first down, because it was so obvious that he did, that we couldn't fathom them saying that he was short. 77 rush yards to 30. Mendoza back to throw. Finds an open running back out of the backfield. I believe that is Kalon Black. Good to see him back out on the field. Spam those ones for Indiana. They've got an opportunity to go up big here. Mendoza back to throw. Finds an open receiver. And just like that, the Hoosiers are in the Prize Picks Red Zone. Download the Prize Picks app today and use code CLNS to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. Prize Picks. It's good to be right. 2nd and 5 for the Hoosiers, trying to get a touchdown here. Probably need to get a touchdown. Put Alabama in a spot down 3 scores. That'll be difficult to come back from, especially with the way that Indiana's been running the football. They're just doing a great job of salting this game away. Another first down. 1st and goal for the Hoosiers. Kalon Black is back out on the field. Good for him. Love to see that. 29 likes away from 400. Come on in. Hit that like button. Hit that like button. I would not say that on paper. Alabama is way better. Kalon Black trying to push his way forward. Indiana looks like they're going to use a timeout. 18 seconds left to go. Will Indiana have to start throwing the ball more now? Although there's a part of me that says, hey, you just hand the ball off. Trust your guy's going to get it. Has there been a single negative rush today for the Hoosiers? Yeah, like that's it. They're dominating right now. They are dominating. Con man, it doesn't look like Alabama is hugely better. I understand that, like, on paper, it is what it is. I think that Indiana has proven to us that whatever the paper says, like, we just can't. We can't just assume that that's going to be right. We can't dive into all that. Well, not good news for the Seahawks. I don't think they're going to get our guy Charles Cross back. Yeah, but they did get their backup tackle back, which is good because there was a fear there. Okay, Con Man, you got a bunch of 5 stars. Hey, you know who else was a 5-star, Con Man? Malachi Nelson. What's Malachi Nelson doing? Jurion Dickey was a 5-star for the Ducks. If you're looking at recruiting rankings, sure. Okay, you have more. As Mendoza's back to pass, looking for an open receiver, has one. Touchdown, Hoosiers. That's Omar Cooper, his first catch of the game. Omar Cooper, excuse me. Touchdown, Hoosiers. Spam those CDs down below in the chat. Mystic MMA says that instead of Alabama getting in, it should have been Notre Dame. Well, Alabama beat Oklahoma, man. And Alabama would be a 2-loss team and would have been in if they don't play in the conference championship. Notre Dame didn't get in because they didn't beat Texas A&M and they didn't beat Miami. If you beat one of those teams, you're in. Good to see you, Claude. I didn't realize that we got into it.
Yeah, all these Notre Dame fans or Notre Dame supporters saying that, okay, let's just preface this. We are in the second round of the college football playoff. Alabama won their first, just win your games and you would have been in. Simple as that.
Yeah. I agree. Notre Dame, take care of business.
Or join a conference, for heaven's sake.
Oh, they'll never do that. I'll never tell them to join a conference. That'd be like saying to like one of us, like, quit our job and take a lesser job.
Yeah, well, yeah, but I'm just saying, like, if they keep complaining about not making the playoff, like, I understand you're making bank doing what you do, but
right. I get it, Mystic MMA, but you have to take Alabama because before they lost, Alabama was in. And if you have Alabama lose to Georgia in the SEC title game, and then you kick them out, there will be more teams that stop going to conference title games. And you can't do that. You can't do that. Alabama's going to take a knee, and we're going to head into halftime at the Rose Bowl. Indiana 17, Alabama 0 in this one. You can be mad and upset about Alabama playing in this. They beat Oklahoma, man. I don't know what to tell you. They beat Oklahoma. We asked them to show up and show out, and look, they already have a college football playoff win. They are also running into a buzzsaw that is Indiana that I don't think gets enough credit. Maybe I'm a Big Ten apologist. But this team doesn't get nearly the credit they deserve. Great Alabama in their first half. Let us know in the comment section. Who's been more impressive? Who's been less impressive? Not seeing. I'm seeing a second half team from Conman. I hope you're right. Certainly hope that you're right. I would rather have a fun back and forth type of a game than a game that, is a blowout one way or the other. So I'm all about that. Does Indiana score 11 more? Get them to 31. What am I missing there? 11 more. Did I have that? No, I had them at 35. Interesting. NFL team Indiana's Mike Nintendo Master says they get a C plus. Alabama, that is. Don't hate it. I don't hate it. It's not the best, not the worst. All right, here's what I think we need to do. I see you trying to get to a D. Don't hate that either. We are just 18 likes away from that 400 mark. Let's hit 400, and I will finish half of the beer, half of the seltzer. 1,000 if you're hanging out with us. I'll get there. Justin, an SEC fan, says that he thinks that Ty Simpson is going to come out and have a big half. We'll see what happens.
On the other side, Hoosier fans, let us know what you think about your team against the Crimson Tide. A, B, C, D, or F. Comment down below.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir, indeed. Let us know what your thoughts are for your team, for your squad. Did they come out and perform well? Not so much. Let us know in that comment section. If you'd like to go first, you can. Yep. And you can grab yes, sir. All right, so let's go through the team comps first. By the way, 13 away from me having to finish half of this. Ooh, it's bubbly and tastes yummy. It's bubbly and it tastes yummy. All right, so right now, obviously, Indiana, they are dominating on the points. Because of that last drive, Indiana, they're starting to dominate on the yards, and the time of possession is clearly going their way. Indiana had a 3-and-out drive before Alabama's first drive where they got a pretty decent yardage chunk gain. But what I think is most impressive from Indiana is their ability to run the football right now. I would not say that anyone needs to be ashamed, but Indiana is clearly going to make you play man football. They have 86 yards total on the ground, but that's because Fernando Mendoza has been sacked and lost 12 yards. If you take away those lost yard sacks, they have 98 yards on the ground. Between Roman Hemby and Kalon Black, they are running the football mean, physical, and aggressively. It is mean, physical, and aggressive. I'm very impressed with what they're doing. I'm very impressed with what they're doing. And I think what's most important with this Indiana play style is you're not relying on Mendoza. Now he's taking advantage of what's coming to him. I mean, he's got 2 touchdown passes. He only has 2 incomplete balls today. But that rushing attack, as an Oregon fan, because Oregon's going to play the winner, and right now it looks like it's going to be Indiana, Oregon better be loaded for bear. Going to have to find a way to stop that rushing attack. Not many people can. Not many teams can. We're 13 likes away. Come on in and hit that like button. Let's run that number up. Let's run that number up. Man, oh man. Run that number up. We're getting close too, Cyril. We are 25 away on the subs. 25 away on our subs from you and I having a good old time. Me finishing the whole beer. Because I said if we get to 50, 850, I would finish half my beer, and I said that if we get to 400 likes, I would finish half my beer. Well, we're getting real close to that, Cyril. CC says, who gets the second half kickoff? That would be the Alabama Crimson Tide. That would be the Alabama Crimson Tide. Indiana had a quick 3-and-out that didn't quite go their way. Cyril, I'm going to run to the bathroom. If we get to 400 likes, you let me know. As soon as I come back, we will, I'll owe a beer cheers and a beer chug.
Alrighty. Sounds good.
Awesome. Let's see it.
All right. Go down and hit that like button for us, folks, while you're at it. We got almost 1,000 of you in the chat. 400 likes, 401 now. What was the number you said, Ortner? 400. Well, we hit it before you even left. So grab me a Happy Dad when you're on your way back, would you?
Yes, sir. I got you.
Awesome. Yeah, overall, if you're an Indiana fan, you probably couldn't have asked for a better half. You know, things didn't look great in the start there, that first possession, obviously giving up those 2 sacks. But really, they bounced back, made adjustments, and really what Alabama used to be is what Indiana's doing right now. What is that exactly, you might ask? Just running the ball down their throats. Alabama has no answer for it, literally. 179 total yards for Indiana, 93 for Bama. Really got to be impressed with Indiana's defense. Like I say, Indiana does not get enough credit. A lot of people still look at Indiana being like, oh, sorry excuse for a Big Ten team. Like, you might not think they're all that great. No, they're legit. And as a fan of the Nebraska Cornhuskers, yeah, I'm scared to play him next year. That's for sure. I mean, remarkable job by Cignetti and what he's done. Terminator. Cyril, what do you think is DeBoer's future at Bama? It's interesting you ask that because, excuse me, heading into the playoff, I would have said if they lost at Oklahoma, Alabama fans would not have been happy. And I wouldn't be surprised if they had lost that game, if they would have said, see ya. And I actually thought that if they were to lose that game, that Michigan could have made a run at them. Now, obviously that hasn't happened. That didn't happen, and Michigan not settled. But they went with Whittingham, which I think is a great hire. Fantastic hire. Love Kyle Whittingham as a coach. Absolute legend. What he did at Utah, given the resources and whatnot, just imagine what he's going to do at Michigan. And gosh, I just imagine the ground game at Michigan now with Kyle Whittingham at the helm. It's going to be special. Going to be good to see. But I don't know. I don't think DeBoer's going anywhere. At least for now. Now, next year, if they fail to make the playoff or lose in the first round, then I think discussions ramp up a bit. But, they won a road playoff game this year, which isn't easy. Let's see. What else we got here? Let's take a look at some more of the individual stats, shall we? Like I said, Indiana fans should be thrilled. And while we're looking at the stats, let's just look at what they've done on the ground. Roman Hemby, who is one of Ortner's players to watch. 11 carries, 56 yards, over 5 yards a carry. Pretty dang good. Him and Kalen Black have been a great duo in the backfield. Great 1-2 punch. Black with 8 carries, 42 yards, also over 5 yards a carry. Let's see here. Sorry, going through you guys' comments. Guave30 says, as someone that just started watching football last year, Cignetti seems to have ensured that I was bound to be a fan. Those pep talks and things, damn, that guy's good. And I'll never forget watching Cignetti's intro at like an Indiana basketball game. And I just thought he was like arrogant. I was like, oh, this guy's all talk coming from JMU, won't be an easy jump. Oh, great, he's bringing in transfers from JMU. Well, did he prove us wrong? And what did he say during that? Google me? Yeah, no one needs to Google him anymore. What he's done is remarkable. Back to the stats. Mendoza, playing pretty well. We talked about this too. Those sacks that he took at the start, I don't think those were necessarily on him. I mean, he didn't have any time to throw whatsoever. When he has had time, he's been lethal. 10 of 12, 93 yards, 2 touchdowns, 0 picks. QB rating, 138.5. Rushing yards, -12, but like I just said, I don't really think those are on him. Bama had a good game plan initially, and Indiana was able to scheme around it, find an answer for it, essentially. As far as Alabama, Ty Simpson has just looked lost out there. 10 of 13, 64 yards. No real deep threat yet, or he hasn't posed a threat deep. I guess that goes for the receivers too. Obviously, he had the fumble. That was big too before the half. Indiana goes down and scores. So, the turnover battle is going to be key in this game, continue to be key in this game, as it is for most games. And Alabama just hasn't been able to get anything going on the ground. Daniel Hill, 4 carries, 11 yards, not even 3 yards a carry. Kevin Riley, the other back, 3 carries, 2 yards, less than a yard a carry. We'll see if they can get it going in the second half. Ryan Williams has probably been the best receiver out there today for Alabama. 3 receptions for 22 yards. Going through some more comments here. Guave 30. We'll go back to you. I'm still surprised what happened to Texas Tech earlier. I still don't understand. Ducks didn't look like they were going to pave a competitor into the gravel with a roller based on last matchup. Yeah, we talked about this earlier, Ortner and I. We, coming away from that JMU-Oregon game in round 1, we were really impressed with the offense, Oregon's offense, that is. Defense, not so much. JMU was able to expose some things that Oregon clearly worked on in the weeks they had off. And I don't really think anyone saw that defensive performance coming that they had today against Texas Tech. I mean, they just shut down anything that Tech was trying to do offensively. Really a bad way to start your 2026 if you're that Texas Tech quarterback. He just did not have it today. Feel for the kid, but yeah, he didn't have it. Tycoon says, this is a weak college football playoff. I don't know if I'd say that necessarily. I mean, who else would you rather have in? Notre Dame? We've already discussed that. They didn't deserve to be in. If you wanted to be in, you should have won your games. I will say, you say it's weak. I think a part of that is a whole discussion revolving around the non-power schools. My idea, expand to 16. Have 4 non-power 4 teams have a play-in game. That way they can say they made the playoff, they won a playoff game, campus goes crazy, whatever. And then you go get your butts kicked by a power team. I don't know, just an idea. As Ortner hops back on the mic. Chris, you say entire bowl season has been a huge success this season. There has been quite a few good bowl games, I should say, outside of Nebraska, Utah. I don't want to talk about that one. Texas in the playoffs would have made it interesting. Yeah, probably would have. But
no, it wouldn't have.
Ortner doesn't think so.
No, get out of here. Get out of here with Texas. Get out of here, Justin. You're kidding me. Nope.
Welcome back, Ortner.
What's going on, boys? Justin. Texas was getting hot. No worries. Texas was getting hot towards the end. Can you, Searle, switch it? We'll just put down. We'll get that graphic up of the 2-team comp. Yep, that works perfect, man. Awesome. Thank you so much. All right. Texas was getting hot towards the end of the year. Okay, yes. They won a couple of games. Here's the thing, man. I don't give an F about what you did at the end of the year unless you're a team that's already a playoff team. Like last year, South Carolina. Good for South Carolina. You won a bunch of games late. The problem is you won those games late, but you didn't win the games early. You didn't win the games that you needed to at the beginning of everything that was going down. So if you're not going to win those games, you don't deserve to be in the dance. I don't care if you got hot late. Arch Manning is figuring it out. I agree with you. I agree that Texas is scary as hell next year. Thing is, next year. Next year is the key word there. They can be scary next year. They're not going to be scary this year. You got to take care of business in the 2025 season. And if you don't, then you don't get to go and play at the end of the year. You don't get to go into the big dances. Cheers again. Oh, that's right. I said I owed half a cheers if we got to that 400 like mark. There you go. I'll do another little small one for y'all. There you go. If we get to 450, maybe I do another one. If we get to 450, maybe I'll do another one. All right. So let's fire off some takes. I kind of like this. Oh, okay. All right. So, you know what? I'm going to keep having this conversation with Justin because I like this conversation with Justin. No dice. Love college football better than the NFL. That's agreed. Justin is clearly smart because he says that I would rather have them in now, though, over JMU and Tulane, but you got to win the games you're supposed to, and Texas didn't. Okay. So I can listen to a conversation about there should be some teams over like JMU and Tulane, and I don't disagree with you. I think that we should always have a chance for a group of 5 team to get in. I think there should always be that opportunity. And the irony is I think that JMU showed that they were a better team than Tulane, to be honest with you. JMU went, I don't want to say toe-to-toe with Oregon, but they did a pretty darn good job. Where Tulane played an Ole Miss team that, well, they got boat raced. And I wouldn't say that Ole Miss is all that strong right now. They're not weak, but missing Lane Kiffin clearly, I think, hurts. I think there should be a group of 5 team in. If we're going to exclude half of the sport, I think that's Bush League. But I will say that I don't know that 2 teams deserve to get in. But I think the other argument there is, well, then have the ACC not have a dumb effing schedule. Have the ACC not have a dumb effing tiebreaker. Because if they have a normal tiebreaker and Miami's competing for that ACC title and Miami wins, Miami is in the college football playoff as a conference winner, and then you can sneak in Notre Dame. But because the ACC has this dumb tiebreaker that they have to get into their playoff or into their conference title game, Miami now has to be also let in. And it would be worse if they were an at-large team and they didn't get put in for Notre Dame, who I think, and this is a funny argument because I would have said this too, Notre Dame, I think, was playing better than Miami. But Miami beat them, and the games have to matter. Schizo, I disagree. JMU did everything we asked of them. We asked JMU, as a group of 5 team, to win every game that was in front of you, which, if I remember correctly, they did. Oh, they lost to Louisville. But JMU dominated the Sun Belt, won a bunch of football games, and honestly, compared to what they gave Oregon as Tulane gave to Ole Miss, I think they played actually pretty decent. I think they played pretty damn decent. Now, Texas and Notre Dame, they have the same things that are lined up in front of them too. If they win their games, they handle business, and they get a little bit of extra help, then they'll be in more of these things. But here's the thing with Texas. If you're upset and you're Texas about not getting in, beat effing Florida. Don't go to OT with Mississippi State. A lot of people conveniently forget those games, but they talk about, well, you beat Texas A&M. Are we sure Texas A&M was all that good? I think so. They went toe-to-toe with Miami, team that just beat what I thought was probably the best team in college football, at least on paper. Although I'm starting to think it might be this Indiana squad. 100% Terminator. If Notre Dame beats beats Miami or Texas A&M, not and, or, they win one of those games. 2 games, you win one, they're in. They're in. But because of the way everything broke, they're not in. It is a long season. No, let's not do March Madness. No. Basketball, you can do March Madness because you can play every other day. You cannot do that in college football. Zebra, I don't love that a 2-loss team got in either, but it is what it is. What's your keys to the second half? Let us know down below, or we can keep having this conversation because I do think it is funny. And I do enjoy it. Playoffs are rigged. JMU and Tulane, get the F out of here. Do you think they were put in because of the rules laid out in front? The top 5 ranked conference champions get in. They were the 5 highest. Tulane was 4. They were 5. Now you're just trolling me. Can't believe Purdue didn't get in. Do you mean Vanderbilt? Salute to teams who wanted to play their bowl games compared to Notre Dame, who chickened out. Good for those other teams. Now, here's what I find interesting. And I might be a Notre Dame apologist on this one, Cyril, as we're getting close to that third quarter starting. So I got to be fast with this. Notre Dame doesn't want to play because Notre Dame feels like they were used for ratings. They were in the playoff the entire way, essentially, by ESPN. And then ESPN has all of the bowl games. So ESPN puts Notre Dame close to being in, close to being in, close to being in. They pull out the rug from them. Now their bowl game's going to be on ESPN. So ESPN would be making, and did make, a bunch of money off of the college football playoff rankings, off Notre Dame, and then would make a bunch of money on the bowl game off Notre Dame, because Notre Dame will be the number 1 watch team. They're the biggest college football team on the planet. They just are. No offense to anybody else. They just are. So Notre Dame says, hey, screw you. You put us in a TV show. You made us your way to get a bunch of money. And now you want to make even more money off us? Get bent. Well, I don't love that response. And I would prefer they played. I do kind of get it. If we get to 750 on our subscribers, I'll finish this beer.
Chris, shout out 95 Cornhuskers. Absolutely. Go Big Red.
Shout out the Big Red. As we're getting underway in the third quarter, Alabama's got to get something going offensively because this one feels lopsided. Feels very, very lopsided. Junior Underwood. Who is bigger than Notre Dame? Junior. Pass to Ryan Williams for Alabama. Not able to get much going there. Of course, Justin. Thank you for having an open mind. Thank you for having the good discussion. I always love it. Who said Harvard? That's not what biggest means, Junior. I don't like Notre Dame either, but they get the most eyeballs and they make the most money. Why do you think they don't enter into a conference? They don't have to. They have their own TV contract. It's just as big as most of the conferences. Ty Simpson back to pass. That ball just gets swatted away. Swatted away. 3rd and long. Yes, Terminator. The USC Notre Dame little rivalry has been canceled. I kind of get where USC's coming from. I also get where Notre Dame's coming from. Notre Dame wants to keep everything the same, keep everything the status quo. USC's like, I got to play much more difficult games. I want to play you earlier. I get it. 3rd and 12. Alabama back to pass. Ty Simpson looking. Has to drop it down short, which is exactly what Indiana wants. They're going to tackle down the tight end inbounds. No. Alabama need to go on a long drive, and they need to get into the end zone, and they did not do that. Not good. Not good. No dice. The other game doesn't start for another couple hours, man. I'm not going anywhere. Alabama to punt. This one is away. Indiana's going to catch the punt. Ooh, brought down immediately. Nice play by the Alabama punt return or punt off team. Punt team, whatever. Great job there. Oh, hey, what's up, Ollie Rowe? 1,000 of you hanging out with us. Hit that like button. Also, we are just 11 subs away from me finishing my beer. I'll finish my beer as quick as possible. Does Alabama have a coaching problem? They have so much talent, so it looked inconsistent this year. No, because DeBoer was a winner at Washington, so clearly he's a good coach, but I just don't think that this Alabama team is as deep as they have been in the past. Handoff to the outside. Hemby's going to get a nice gain of 3 there before he's forced out of bounds by the Alabama defense. I would say this. No, they don't have a problem. They're just not as deep as they were previously. And I don't think that Georgia is as deep as they were previously. I don't think any team is as deep as they were previously. 100%. Why would I go ride pine for 2 years for Alabama when I can go play ball right now? As Hemby takes the ball up the middle, he's going to get tackled. It's going to be about 3rd and 3. And I completely agree with him. And any of those players that transfer for the right reasons, the guys who are bouncing around all over the place all the time, like whatever, man. Whatever. But I don't think it's a coaching problem. It might not be as locked in as Saban, but Saban's also the best coach to ever do it. You know what I mean? So I'm not going to jump on DeBoer here. He got to a national title. How many guys have done that? And he got to a national title at UW. QB draw there from Mendoza. He's going to pick up the first down, and it's clear Indiana has figured out if they just run the football, they're going to be fine in this one. They are going to be fine in this one. I don't think you are going to see Indiana do too much more. No, and I wouldn't if I was them either. I just keep doing this. Run the football. Time will run away. Keep everybody healthy. Run to Kalon Black. Gain of 4. Gain of 4. They're just going to keep going. They're just going to keep on going. Wow, oh, wow. Mendoza back to throw. He's scrambling. Now he's going to get into the running action as he runs out of bounds. Ball did get hit out of his hands, but he's going to pick up the first down. Indiana keeps marching. Spam those ones. If you're a Seahawks fan, Rashid Shaheed will be playing on Saturday. Big news. Big news indeed. Hit that sub button. We're 10 away from me finishing my beer. Plus, we got 1,200 of you hanging out with us. Hit that like button. Let's go, let's go, let's go. 1,200 people in the building. We should have well over 400 likes. That's ridiculous. Not nearly high enough. Nice throw to the outside from Mendoza. Ends up getting brought down there was Omar Cooper Jr. They're showing the Tom Allen versus Curt Cignetti. The part that's funny about Tom Allen is they were pretty decent in the COVID year. That Indiana team, you know who the OC was? Kalen DeBoer. Yup. That's how we got the Fresno State job. Will the first 2 games today be shutouts? Kind of looks that way. Handoff up the middle. Kalon Black. First down. It's like Novocaine, man. They're just going to keep doing it. Spam those ones in the chat. Indiana's going to be that first team. The first team in the college football 12-team playoff to have a bye. Come away with a win. Be the first team to have a bye and come away with a win. Handoff left side. Not much doing there for Hemby. Not much doing there for Hemby. They're just spamming right now this rushing attack, how well the running backs are blocking. The Ducks are going to have their work cut out for them when they play Indiana again. Mendoza back in to pass. Nothing doing. Guess what? He tucks it and runs. Alabama is clearly not going to let him beat them throwing the football. It's also clear to me that Mendoza does not care. Mendoza says, do whatever you want, brother. I'll just keep dropping this ball off. Who cares what you need to do? Because we're just going to keep throwing the football around. Incredible. Mendoza, back to pass, throwing towards the end zone, has an open receiver. Touchdown, Hoosiers. The route is on. Elijah Surratt, all by himself, catches the ball in the end zone. Touchdown, Hoosiers. Yep, and this one's gonna get gross. This one is a rout. This one is a rout. 7:46 left to go. Wow. Oh, wow. Yeah. Family group chat. I'm going to read this out loud. Damn. Indiana's offense can't be stopped. That's facts. That is facts. Speaking of facts, or at least things that I like to talk about, I need to let you know about the proud sponsor of today's video, and that is our good friends over at Prize Picks. Whether you're starting a new routine or making player picks for the first time, trying something new can be hard. But in life and on Prize Picks, it always feels good to be right. With high-pressure playoff matchups every weekend and elite hoops action almost every night, the action never stops, and Prize Picks lets you take control. New feature alert! Prize Picks now has early payouts. If a player gets off to a hot start, you now have the option to cash out those winnings before the game even finishes. Find your community on Prize Picks with the new social feeds feature. You can share Prize Picks with your friends and copy lineups from winners with a single click. Copy lineups you like or use them as inspiration for your own picks. You can even follow Prize Picks partners like us and tail or fade our picks with just one click. Here was my 2-pick power play for today's action. Fernando Mendoza, more on his pass yards. Ty Simpson, more on his pass TDs. Download the Prize Picks app today and use code CLNS to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. That's code CLNS. Get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. Prize Picks. It's good to be right. We are just 8 new subscribers away from me finishing my beer. Hit that sub button. You're getting NFL content, college football content, and NBA content you do not want to miss out on. Hit that sub button. By the way, Cyril, all we got to do on that Seahawks is that last Will's take. That's good to go. Yep, I kind of had the same thought. Same thought. Justin, clearly Georgia fan, says Georgia should beat Ole Miss. I'm not that concerned. I agree with you. I wouldn't be that concerned either. I agree with you. I would not be that concerned either. I think there's a clear class system, and I think that, Georgia outclasses Ole Miss. Clearly outclasses Ole Miss. But Elliot, I don't think it's fair that the announcers are only talking about Texas Tech's bankroll, as if Oregon doesn't fire the money cannon all the time. Whatever, bud. Whatever, bud. All right, so we're getting back into action. Right now, in Pasadena, sun's starting to shine. I am jealous. I know that Pasadena might not necessarily get the love that it deserves. That area is SoCal. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Come on in. Hit that sub button. We're 6 away. Beer wants to get drank. I want to drink it as well, but I can't get there till we get through the action. Gotta love that we got to catch up on all the timeouts now, Cyril. I absolutely hate that, and I'm over it. I do want to say this, and I want to have a question, and I kind of want to pose it to the chat. I want to pose it to you as well, Cyril. Everyone was all up in arms about JMU and Tulane being in because you can't have blowouts. Can't have blowouts, can't have blowouts, can't have blowouts. What have we had today, Cyril? We've had blowouts from a Texas Tech team that won the Big 12. And now we're getting one from Alabama, a team that got to the SEC championship game. Blowouts happen, man. It's college football.
Yeah, absolutely.
Blowouts happen. LJ, what do you want me to announce? They're on commercial right now. You want me to tell you what Jennifer Gardner's doing?
Oh, this new Gatorade looks nice.
No free ads. That is fantastic. Oh, you did that one. They beat me. I'm going to have to do that later. I'll tell you right now, I think we're at a point where the excuse that there's blowouts can't be a reason why you don't let a team in. Because when you have 12 teams in college football, blowouts just happen. I mean, shoot. Even in, let's talk about the NFL, where it's about as even as it can possibly be. There will be a blowout next weekend.
Absolutely.
There will 100% be a blowout next weekend. On Saturday, you have 2 essentially playoff games between the Seahawks and 49ers and the Carolina Panthers and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Now, say what you will about Carolina and Tampa Bay, but for sure, Seattle and San Fran have earned it. Would it shock me if there's a blowout and either one of those 4 teams blew out the other one? No. So blowouts happen. We just have to come up with a better way of understanding how we put people where they need to be, or put teams, I guess I should say, where they need to be. Interesting development. Ty Simpson, not out on the field. He took that shot to the back, which, by the way, kidney shot. Ouchie. He is not in. Yes, Justin, just like Tennessee last year. Just like Tennessee last year. Good teams are getting blown out. So the fact that JMU and Tulane get really hammered for their blowouts, it's like, whatever, man. Alabama, you just got blown out a week later. Texas Tech, you got blown out a game later. Miss me with the blowout stuff. You got Mack now in for Alabama. He's the backup QB. Smart by Kalen DeBoer to just get him to complete a ball quickly. Dude, I don't know. I might be a dumbass. Austin Mack, he is the backup QB. They haven't used Jam Miller at all. He's the leading rusher for Alabama. I'm crazy. I went in and was like, what's the injury status? What's the injury report? Like, maybe he's not, maybe I missed something. No, he's fine. Austin Mack, backup QB for Alabama. They're having to throw the ball, so he better step up. Nice little job here, running for the first down. Hey, Alabama. Not going to say not dead yet, but I wouldn't say too crazy. That's crazy. They played rock, paper, scissors on Raiders and Bama. Didn't know you could do that. I feel a little left out, I'm not going to lie. I feel a little bit left out. I wanted to play. Whatever. Hand off up the middle. Hill's going to get about 2 there. Classic Indiana fashion. 5 guys there to make that tackle. 5 tackles. I agree, Schizo. I agree. I'm on your side. 4 new subs away. 4 new subs away. Me chugging that beer. Oh. Gotta love a little nerve pain. Austin Mack back to throw. He's looking deep. Has a Germie Bernard. Germie Bernard. My bad. Great catch by Bernard down the sidelines. Is Bama going to get shut out? Maybe no. What if he came back and just had a legacy half? That would be kind of cool. It's okay. I would love to have an Austin Mack legacy game. What a great throw, by the way. Just down the sideline. If Bernard could have kept his feet, he might have been able to get into the end zone. All right, Max trying to quiet everybody at the line of scrimmage. Ball on the 25-yard line. Timeout called on the field. Alabama. We're going to commercial break right now. So we'll get that time back here in just a moment. So no worries. No worries. Austin Mack on the money. Yes, sir. Frank, he says, I was listening to the local Alabama call earlier, and they are blaming the bad field conditions. That's just soft. That's the softest you-know-what that I have heard. Alabama head coaching hot board. Number 1, Kurt Signetti. Yeah, no worries. No worries. Whoever tweeted that out is a funny man. Hit that like button. We're almost to 500 likes on the stream today. Plus, if you haven't had a chance to, go and subscribe to the channel. We got college football content coming out every single day you don't want to miss. You do not want to miss. We're at 463 likes, and there's 1,200 of you in the building with us. Hit that like button. 3 subs away from me finishing my beer. Sorry, you get to see my knee. Trying to get rid of some of this nerve issue. Gotta love it, man. Gotta love an old football injury. Justin says Alabama will blame injuries too. Justin, are you a Georgia fan? Does Georgia hate Alabama? Is that what I'm learning? And I'm being sarcastic, of course. 4 new subscribers away. Oh, no. 5 subscribers away. We're going the wrong way. Hit that sub button. Here's our super chat menu, by the way, that we have for the action today. Super fun. I would say we're doing beer cheers for every 5 that gets sent in. We did have 1 5. If you want to be on the show, join in. The Oregon football report, we ended up doing pretty well. The boys had a lot of fun. On an early day. Ted, if you want me to do a shot of beer, you can send in that 10 or 50 for that beer chug. Justin says no, he loves elephants. Says they're so cute and snuggly. Super funny. All right, we're back from the commercial break right now. In Pasadena, Austin Mack scrambling around looking, wow, nice throw. All of a sudden, Alabama, they are inside the Prize Picks red zone. Download the Prize Picks app today and use code CLNS to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. Prize Picks, it's good to be right. All right, Austin Mack, I see you. Austin Mack. Maybe Alabama won't get shut out. Ball on the 9-yard line. Mack back to pass. Looking, searching, unable to find anyone. Going to tuck it himself. Runs through an arm tackle before he gets brought down on the 5-yard line. Bill! Cheers! Bill. Dude, when I was a substitute teacher, you want to know what we were doing in class? A lot of Bill Nye. in Mr. Ortner's class. 1 away. We get there. I'm finishing the beer. Austin Mack searching. Oh, Hill, just let that one go, brother. Definitely not what you want to do. Hey! We got there! We'll finish the beer. Ooh. Here. We'll finish the beer at the next commercial break because that's when we'll pull up Bill's Super Chat. And when we do that, I'll finish the beer since he said cheers. 3rd and goal for the Crimson Tide. 3 minutes or so left to go. Major throwback, says Terminator. Yes, sir. Yes, sir, indeed. Austin Mack kind of delivering his instructions here. Going to take the shotgun snap. Flips the ball out quickly. Oh, my goodness. What a hit on the sideline. Unable to complete the ball. And now here's the question. Is DeBoer going to do the coward's way out? Is he going to kick a field goal here so they don't get shut out? When clearly you need more than that. Clearly you need a touchdown. It doesn't matter if you lose by 4, by 2, by 1, or by 1,000. DeBoer is a coward. Coward! Cowardly DeBoer. Kick is up and good for Alabama. Coward. I'm going to ask you to spam field goal, but if you spam coward in the chat, I'm not going to be upset. I'm not going to be upset. What a coward. It's an embarrassing kick. It's embarrassing. Alabama and DeBoer should be embarrassed. Keith, okay.
You get the field goal later in the game.
At the end, brother. Yes, you need a field goal at some point. He did that so he doesn't get shut out.
No
He
shutout.
100% did that so he doesn't get shut out. 3-possession game now. What are we doing? Actually, 8, 16, 24. It was already a 3-possession game. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. If you score a touchdown, kick a field, score, go for 2, that's 8. You score, go for 2 again, that's 16. You score, go for 2 again, that's 24. Is my math right? It was a 3-possession game. He's a coward. Coward. You know who's not a coward? Bill. Bill isn't a coward. Bill's not a coward. We're going to get Bill's super chat up here in just a moment. Don't you worry. Don't you worry. Say what you will about Texas Tech, but at least the field goal that they did made sense. Bill, cheers to you. I'm going to chug this beer. Happy New Year's, everyone.
Shout out Carl. He says, my grandfather got his doctorate at Indiana. He just passed away this Christmas Eve. This one is for him.
Dang, Carl. All right,
I'm sorry for your loss.
Sorry for your loss, man.
But I hope Indiana goes really far and wins it all for you and your family.
I'm not going to hope that. I hope that your family has a happy 2026, and I hope that Indiana plays really well, but they are going to go against my Oregon Ducks. I do love and appreciate that you're here today. I hope you know that. I love and appreciate that you're here today, Carl. I hope that your family has a good rest of 2026. I know he's looking down on you guys right now, smiling. I couldn't do it. I'm sorry.
We put you in a tough spot, Ortner. I'm sorry.
I'm not going to actively root against them, and if they beat the Ducks, well then yes, I'm back on Carl's side. I'm Team Carl. But now it's stuck in your head, man. Science rules. I got one more beer here. If we get to 500 likes, which we're 17 away, and we get to 800 on our subs, I'll pound the whole dang thing. As a happy New Year's. You've been live with Searle and I since 10:30 a.m. It's 5:30 right now. So let's do some quick math. 7.5 hours? 10:30. Oh, 7 hours. That's right. 7 hours. Grinders, Searle and I. Not sitting in a chair, just saying. Hand off up the middle. Going nowhere. We're fighting through sciatica right now. A lot of people said Indiana was a fraud. They are not a fraud. You're right, Lakota. You were right. Chat Sports, what's his favorite college team? We cover the Ducks. Oregon Football Report. We also cover the Seahawks, which we will be live on Saturday for. It'll be Searle and myself. Hopefully I'll be moving a little quicker that day. Hand off, left side. Nowhere to go there for Kaylon Black. By the way, there's the Oregon Football Report if you'd like to go over, check that channel out. Blair keeps saying we are. We are not in the playoff because Penn State is not in the playoff. Yeah, heck yeah. I'm out here pushing the agenda. Let's do it. I am an Oregon man. By the way, Justin, thank you for our head coach. We're very happy with his performances. 3rd and 8. Mendoza back to pass. Finds an open receiver, and he's going to break free, get a first down. And just like that, Indiana picks right back up where they left off. Maybe it could get weird. Yeah, that one's not going to get weird. Riley Nowitzki. Nowacki? Not going to get weird. It's not going to be a weird ball game. That's okay. Thank you, Justin. I appreciate that. Deontae Moore come back or get drafted by the Jets. I don't know, man. I think the further this Duck team goes, the more likely he is to go to the draft. And Kaelon Black escapes for a nice 13-yard gain. And he's pounding the ball with his hands because he knows he just missed a big one. Kurt Signetti signaling it, so we're going to let you know. 4th quarter coming up here momentarily. Indiana's going to let this one go all the way to the end. Ooh, love this from Bryce Betcher. When asked who Oregon would rather play in the college football playoff semifinals, from Danny Cannell, Bryce Betcher goes, I'd like to get my get back on Indiana. Oh, you're going to get your opportunity, sir. You're going to get your opportunity. Hey! I just saw a picture of, it's Dante Moore, Tyler Shuck, Justin Herbert, Marcus Mariota, Bo Nix, and Dylan Gabriel. And a certain X account that I will not mention said Oregon QBs are the definition of mid. That's the dumbest take I've ever heard. I will not say who that was. Oregon State should have been in the playoffs. No. They were horrible. Interesting. The Miami Dolphins have brought on Hall of Fame QB and ESPN analyst Troy Aikman as a consultant to advise the organization on its general manager search process. So it's not a permanent role, but he will be coming in and checking everything out. Love it. I wonder why Mario Cristobal didn't work at Oregon, but is doing it. I would take that back, Justin. Mario Cristobal worked really well at Oregon. Who didn't work well at Oregon was Willie Taggart and Mark Helfrich. Mark Helfrich sucked it, but like he got to a natty with Chip Kelly's guys. Mario worked fine at Oregon. You have to remember he's in the 4-team playoff era. And his teams won. The problem with Mario is kind of the same thing that you see over in Miami. He makes some really dumb in-game decisions that I still can't figure out why he does them. And then the other issue that Mario had in the 4-team that he doesn't necessarily have in the 12-team is Pac-12 was really good. And he was good, really good, when he was over in Eugene. Just ran into a Utah team that was pretty good. He ran into a USC team. He had a bad loss to an Arizona State team. He won a Rose Bowl. Like, he's good. He was pretty good. Here's our Super Chat menu. Bill. Got it started. Got us rolling. The nice, fun little Super Chat. Remember, I still got one more beer rocking and rolling ready to go. You want to join in on the fun, join in on the action, send in that super. I'll give you that beer cheers. We're racing to 500 likes on the stream. Just 2 away. Hit that like button. Let's get there. Let's get to 500. I also said that if we got to over 425,800 subscribers, that I would chug a whole beer, which I will. Handoff up the middle for Indiana. Not much doing there. They're going to salt this game away running the football. They're going to salt this one away running the football. CC, if you were the Giants, would you consider trading Dart, who could get hurt any play to a QB-hungry team? Example, Philly. Oh, example how Philly sent Wentz to Indy to get someone to overpay and then take Mendoza. I don't know, man. Handoff up the middle. Kalon Black's gone. Touchdown, Indiana Hoosiers. 31-3. Sorry, 33 with an opportunity to make it 31-3. Here is what I would say. Smooth operator still recouping from last night. Love that. Here's what I would say. I think Dart's a pretty good QB. There are some injury issues that I'd be worried about there. If you decide, I think it just depends. Like, do you fire Joe Shane? And if you do, well, then it would make sense to try and trade him away or go pick up other guys. What I think is more likely that you do is what Chicago did when they had the number 1 overall pick with Justin Fields. Indiana's kick is up and good. It's 31-3. Where Chicago traded away that first pick so that they can get more picks and fill more holes. The Giants are pretty weak. Not like to really add salt into the wound, but there's a lot of issues in there. So why not trade back if you're that 2 pick? A lot of teams really like Deontae Moore. I thought he looked pretty good in his game today. Fernando Mendoza looked pretty good today. So there's a good opportunity that 2 teams are going to want those top 2 QBs. If that is the case, trade back, get a couple other first-round picks, get a couple other mid-round picks as well, and now, bing, bang, boom, look at what you can do. You might be able to come away and fill all the holes, that you need. So I think that's kind of the better game plan. I think that's the better course of action. If they get to number 1, here's the thing. You have to do your due diligence, though, right? If I'm the Giants, I'm working out Mendoza. I'm working out Deontae Moore. And if I get any inclination that they are better than Jackson Dart, you have to take him. But that's also a pretty high bar to clear because Jackson Dart's he's a pretty good dang QB. Pretty dang good. He does have to learn how to slide. That is something that he definitely does need to learn. 38 subs away from that 800 number. Come on in, hit that sub button. Last push. Yes, sir, indeed. I'm still so mad about that. Oregon, whole lot of mid QBs. No way. No way. Someone tweeted, finally an Uyunglele has made an impact in the college football playoff. It's Mateo Uyunglele's strip sack. Crazy. You've seen a lot of old takes exposed on the Big 12. Texas Tech, BYU, and Utah should have all made the playoff. Nope. Nope. Josh Pate, it's a splattering in Pasadena. Yep. Mm-hmm. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. Deontae Moore apparently wasn't expecting the MVP of the Orange Bowl. He was like, what? I won? It's a very funny video. All right, let's get back into this action. Goodness gracious. We don't have to see every Rose Bowl highlight from all the previous ones. Here's Kalon Black's stats. He's been running the ball really well here in the second half. Really just running by Alabama. And they've got a great 2-headed monster going right now in Bloomsburg. Two-headed monster between Roman Hemby and between Kalon Black is why they are winning. Indiana, that is. And Alabama isn't. Alabama can't stop the run at all. Here was Ty Simpson's stats on the day. Now, I do have to let you know that he has not played in the second half, or he only had one drive in the second half. Austin Mack has come in and stepped up, and actually he's performed pretty darn well. He's using his legs to really find some open spots. I've been impressed. I've been very impressed. But you're seeing the rubber really meet the road. Indiana's going to be the first team to have a bye in the college football playoff 12-team era and win. 179 rush yards for Indiana, probably going to get to over 200. Alabama, not even in the 100 yet. Mack looking to throw. He hasn't been able to find anyone. He just kind of throws that ball away. I will say this about Austin Mack. He's a gamer. He's a freaking gamer. Ryan Davis says he's personally rooting for Indiana. I think you're personally going to win. We'll see who comes away, who's correct there. We'll see who's more correct there. Austin Mack looks way more of a QB than the last dude. The last dude's probably going to be a first-round pick in the NFL draft. Austin Mack back to throw. He's got pressure immediately brought down. Nowhere for him to go. Nowhere for him to go. I'm okay with that because that means the clock is going to run. Alabama's tackle there just gets worked. I don't know why. Why in the world would you ever leave? Ty Simpson got hit in the back. Got hurt. Why would you ever leave someone that you're blocking to try and block someone that no one's blocking? That doesn't make sense because now the guy that you are blocking is free and makes a play. What the heck are we doing? Austin Mack back to throw. Looking clear miscommunication. There was a receiver in the area. They got to be sad, I'll tell you that. They have got to be sad. Not going so well. Not going well. Not going well at all. All right. Are we ready for Grandpa Gary's take? Oregon's going to have their hands full again against Indiana. They're good on both sides of the ball. Completely agree. That's Grandpa Gary's stellar analysis. And I will say this. He's actually pretty on par on that one. Grandpa Gary's got some stellar analysis. He's locked in. Locked in. Well, hopefully we don't go to a commercial here. Maybe we will. They got to get all their commercials in because of how quick the drives have gone. Of course. Of course. But that gives us an opportunity to let you know about the sponsor of today's video, because this episode is brought to you by Prize Picks. Whether you're starting a new routine or making player picks for the first time, trying something new can be hard. But in life and on Prize Picks, it always feels good to be right. With high-pressure playoff matchups every weekend and elite hoops action almost every night, the action never stops. And Prize Picks lets you take control. New feature alert! PrizePicks now has early payouts. If your player gets off to a hot start, you now have the option to cash out those winnings before the game even finishes. Find your community on PrizePicks with the new social feeds feature. You can share PrizePicks with your friends and copy lineups from winners with a single click. Copy lineups you like or use them as inspiration for your own picks. You can even follow PrizePicks partners like us and tail or fade our picks with just one click. I have a 2-pick power play for the action in today's game. Fernando Mendoza, more on his pass yards. Ty Simpson, more on his pass TDs. Download the PrizePicks app today and use code CLNS to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. That's code CLNS to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. PrizePicks. It's good to be right. Shout out to PrizePicks. That link is in the comment section. Shout out to PrizePicks. Appreciate them. good friends here of the show. Boy, oh boy. Starting to get thirsty. I still got a seltzer, brother. Come on now. Neither did I. Yeah, they're not bad. I enjoy them. And I enjoy the calorie count on them. Not going to lie. Not going to lie. I'm watching my girlish figure, trying to slim down a little bit. I'd gotten down to like in the 220s, and I played at 315. So I was pretty happy about that. Then I moved down to Texas, and I'm in the 240s. So we're getting back down. High 230s, low 240s. We're partying right around 238, 237 right now. So we're getting there. We're getting there. Shout out to Aiden. Thank you for the follow. Appreciate that. It should have been Notre Dame in the playoffs instead of Alabama. Well, Alabama beat Oklahoma, so shouldn't then have been Notre Dame instead of Oklahoma? Oh, wait. Oklahoma won 2 games. This is or only lost 2 games. It's very dumb. Very dumb. Signetti, maybe. Fernando Mendoza is still out there. I'm surprised we're not seeing his brother take over more of the snaps. Yeah. Handoff. Hemby, nowhere to go. Alabama's loaded for bear. They are bringing as much pressure as they possibly can. They are going to bring as much pressure as they can, as consistently as they can. Hit that sub button if you haven't already. Trying to grow the channel. Like I said, if we get to that 800 mark, I'm going to do a full beer chug. But more importantly, if you hit that sub button, you're getting NFL, NBA, and college football content every single day. You don't want to miss it. Handoff up the middle. Hemby's going to get a little bit of traction there. A little bit of traction. Not as much as I think he wanted or expected. Not as much as I think he wanted or expected. Third and 8 right now for Indiana. Mendoza rolling out, back to throw, has an open receiver, finds him. Omar Cooper Jr. What a throw, what a catch. Type those ones down below. Type those ones down below. Kid's a stud, man. Kid is a stud. Continuing to find open receivers. Cooper, by the way, has got a pretty good shot at getting to that 1,000-yard mark if Indiana keeps winning. He's at 8-something right now. Handoff off to the right side. Indiana just continuing to salt away the game. Continuing to salt away the game. It's very clear that's what we're going to see. Just salting away the game. Salting away the game. 517 likes on the stream. Make sure you hit that like button. Let's see if we can get to that 550 mark. There's 1,000 of you hanging out with us. There's no reason not to hit that like button. Run up the middle, all the way through the Prize Picks red zone. Touchdown, Hemby, his first touchdown of today. Download the Prize Picks app today and use code CLNS to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. Prize Picks, it's going to be right. Roman Hemby with his first touchdown of the day. And this one's done. This one's done. Oh, yeah. Yep. And it's funny to say that about Indiana versus Alabama and be talking about Indiana. Right. 100%. No, this is just a complete butt whooping. This is just a complete butt whooping. It's one of those where, like, you almost feel bad for Alabama. I can't believe we're at the portion where we just feel bad for the Crimson Tide.
Yeah, but do we really?
I do.
With how much success they've had the last 15 to 20 years?
Yes, that's fair.
About time they had a slice of humble pie,
True.
in my opinion.
True. Good luck, CC. I saw that. Good luck. I don't know that you'll get there, man. Avatar. I need to see that. Speaking of getting there, I need to get there to a theater to see that. What's up, bots? Good to see y'all. No empathy for Alabama in the chat. No empathy whatsoever in the chat. That does crack me up a little bit. There's no empathy at all. It was like, whatever. Whatever. Yeah. It's very clear. He's like, who cares? And I'm not going to. So quit asking. Wow. Saban's a funny guy, man. Saban is a funny guy. Oh. Tell you what, I need I need the click remote, the speed up button. I don't need to see any more of this one. I do need to make sure that you all know, and you are all reminded, though, that the Ole Miss Georgia game going to be a fantastic one. I do think that one will be much closer than this Indiana-Alabama matchup. We will be live. Chat Sports that is. You will see Cullen and Harrison live for that matchup. Here's the beauty. You don't have to do any extra work because as soon as we sign off, we'll kick you right over to that stream. They're starting to play some replay shots from that Oregon matchup against Indiana. Bad Dante Moore turnover that just kind of hit off a guy's hands, fell into the interception. Oregon lost that one 30-20. Looks like we're going to get that rematch in that Chick-fil-A Bowl game. That'll be January 9th, which we learned is a Friday. I hate that they play Friday and Thursday and Friday. They go Thursday, Friday. Yep. There's a Duck fan at the Rose Bowl. Don't know if he didn't realize where he was supposed to be. But then again, I went to the Cotton Bowl and I did have a Duck shirt on, so what are you going to do? 10:33 left to go in this one. Let's just see if Alabama tries to kind of ice this one out, run it out, or if they're going to continue to see what they got in the young kid, Austin Mack. He's in the shotgun. Mack back to pass. Looking, searching, firing. Nice throw. Nice throw and catch. Horton able to bring that one in. Roll Tide! Herbert. Ooh, I missed it. Roll over Tide. Cheers to you, sir. Austin Mack back to throw. Finds Horton again. First down. Quit going out of bounds. Oh, you're right. Right. Looking at downtown LA. It's not as big of a skyscraper city as you might think.
You want to hear a good joke?
I would.
What happens when the fog clears in LA?
Traffic's done.
UCLA.
UCLA. Ha ha ha.
We've reached that part of the show, ladies and gentlemen.
Ha ha ha. The dad joke portion from two guys who are not fathers. Mack back to throw on a 2nd and 4. Ball gets tipped up at the line. Oh, that should have been intercepted. Oh, that should have been intercepted by Indiana. That should have been intercepted. Herbert, what up? Roll over Tide indeed. Cheers. It's the end of a New Year's Day stream, and you know what? I gave out a double drink there. And I'm okay with that. I'm very much okay with that. 3rd and 4 right now for the Crimson Tide, trying to find a way to stave off Indiana. Well, they want to at least get into the end zone. A nice throw there by Mack. Finds Bernard for a first down. That's right. Continuing to go forward. Spam those ones in the chat. Spam those ones down below in the chat. Oh, my God. Yeah. Back to throw is Mack. Just kind of flips it out to Hill. Thing I talked about Jam Miller, he didn't do squat. Missing something. I looked at the injury report. Damn it. Who knows? Maybe they just think that Hill's better. That happens from time to time. It does happen from time to time. Under the 8-minute mark now in this one. Alabama trying to not get shut out in the end zone. They are shut out, or they did kick a field goal. Austin Mack back to throw. He's going to get brought down by Boykin of Indiana. Clock is running. Wow, oh, wow. 396 yards for Indiana, 168 for Alabama. This has been a drubbing. Now we got trickeration going. A flea flicker screen pass set up for Ryan Williams, and he's got a lot of room to go. He makes a couple guys miss. He gets the first down before he's brought down. Spam those ones. They're having fun. Even went down 35. So it was a jet sweep, pitch back reverse, throw to Mack for a screen. For a screen. All of that for 15 yards. Timeout, Indiana. Didn't like what they saw. Just about that 7-minute mark. Cyril, you make me laugh. Cyril, you make me laugh. So just under 7 minutes left to go in this one. It's been an absolute drubbing. Doesn't mean you shouldn't subscribe to the channel, just because that game wasn't so good, wasn't so fun, wasn't so awesome and hilarious, does not mean that we don't have great content here on the channel. Hit that sub button. We've got you covered for Ole Miss, Georgia. Harry and Colin are going to be on the show. I almost called them Harry and Collison.
Good thing you didn't do that.
Yeah, I would never call them Harry and Collison. Heron and Coley.
Heron and Coley. I like it.
Would never do that. I would never, ever do that. 1st and 10 for Alabama. Mack in the shotgun. Quick throw out to Williams on the outside. They're really spamming the Ryan Williams button. He runs out of bounds. Going to be a decent gain. I think we're at the point where we see other Mendoza, no matter what happens for Alabama. I think we see Mendoza squared. There's no reason to see Fernando Mendoza. I think we see other Mendoza. That's just me. All right, 2nd and 3 right now for the Crimson Tide. Free rusher right on Mack. Oh, my goodness. Hey, guess who that drop was from? Jam Miller! Oh, I was wrong. That was Riley. I was wrong. I thought it was Jam Miller. I was like, no way. That was Kevin Riley. He drops an easy pass there. Hey, Jam Miller, guess what? He has a yard receiving. Indiana had him locked down. Goodness gracious. Right now, guess how many yards Alabama has rushing? Mack back to throw. Immediate pressure on him. He flips it out to Hill, who goes nowhere. Pushed out of bounds. 4th down. If you had to guess right now, how many yards?
Rushing yards, you said?
Alabama, as a team.
22.
22. They have 30. On 16 carries.
It just means more, Ortner, doesn't it?
1.9. Effing brutal. Chris, yes, it will not be Searle and I as Austin Mack gets sacked. Then he fumbles. I think he recovered it himself. Doesn't matter. Indiana ball. That was 4th and 4. It will be Cullen and Harrison. They are going to give you the breakdown. Harry on the call. Cullen running the 1s and 2s. As soon as this game ends, as soon as we sign off, you'll actually get kicked right to that stream. So you don't have to go anywhere. As soon as we're done, we'll show you right back to where you need to be. So don't even worry about it. Don't even worry about it.
Who you got in that one, Ortner?
Ooh, Ole Miss, Georgia? I'm with my guy, Justin. Georgia.
I think so, too. I do think it'll be a better game than what we've seen here and the game previously.
Now I'm going to start a new poll. Who you got? But it's going to be different. You know why? Because it's going to be Oregon versus Indiana. Because that'll be the Peach Bowl. Who you got in that matchup? Who would win? Oregon, Indiana. A lot of people saying Indiana. That was quick. Wow. Oh, wow. Let's see if Indiana is going to be able to salt the game away. Just kind of end this one. Breaking Chris. Chris is struggling. Chris is struggling. That's our Bama guy.
Yeah, you know? Send some thoughts and prayers his way.
T's and P's.
T's and P's. Thank you.
No real reason. Nothing is going wrong. He just has a team that sucks. That's a lie, Chris. I'm sorry. That was mean. I like Chris. He's a nice guy. Expecting a physical game between Ole Miss and Georgia. Don't disagree with you there, Chris Gibson. Don't disagree with you there. Schizo says Georgia might be a bit rusty after the bye. I think that's a fair take. I think we've seen a lot of teams show up and be rusty after the bye. I believe that is him. Yes, it is. You can tell he's shorter. That is other Mendoza. Nice little run to the outside. Gets a first down. Type those ones, Indiana fans. Indiana for first Rose Bowl win. I don't know if that's true, but I'm claiming it. This is Alberto Mendoza. Maybe. I'll be interested to see if he ends up being the QB over at Indiana. With the portal opening, Cignetti's shown that he's not afraid to take whoever he thinks is best. He's had 2 portal QBs now. Nice little run there for Mendoza. Only going to get 2. But the clock keeps tick, 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 ticking away. Tick, tick, ticking away. Subscribe to the channel. 900 of you still hanging out with us. Real ones. The best in the biz. You know who wouldn't have been blown out? Well, Moose isn't going to let that die.
I guess we'll never know.
I guess we'll never know. There you go. Handoff for Indiana. Not much doing there, but I do think that run will take us down to the 2-minute timeout. Not quite. Not quite. Well, I can guarantee you the Big Ten will have a team in the national championship game. 100%, we know. I can guarantee to you there will be a Big Ten team in that national championship. 3rd and 5 for Indiana. This will be the last play before the 2-minute timeout. Handoff up the middle, nothing doing. Can be brought down. 2-minute timeout time now in Pasadena. It's going to be 4th down for Indiana. What do? Do they punt it away? Or do they try and go and get that first down? Thank you, Mira. I appreciate it. Chaser Onyx says Notre Dame this year is just as good, if not better, than Miami. Then why didn't they win? Then why didn't they win? Grade the game for the Hoosiers down below. A, B, C, D, or F. If you're not putting A, I don't know what else more you could have wanted from him.
I don't know what you're watching if you don't put an A.
Yep.
Just dominant. Up and down.
100%. If you're not putting A, I don't know what to tell you. You don't know ball. I do kind of got a little bit of a Lanning stare going in that photo. There is a little bit of a Lanning stare going there. That's funny. That is funny. Oh, my goodness. All right. Well, we're getting pretty close to being wrapped up here, which I do appreciate. It's been a fun day today, Cyril.
It has been.
It's been a fun day.
It's always a good time.
I've been having fun with everyone hanging out with us, and it's always a good time hanging out with Cyril as well. Thank you to everyone who's been here for most of the day, seen a lot of the real ones. Always appreciate that. Great Alabama against Indiana, A, B, C, D, or F in the chat.
F.
Cyril? Yeah. F.
That's no discussion.
F. They're not very good, or at least they're not on par with this Indiana team. And I think we kind of all knew that. But, here's the deal. They won the games that they needed to win. It's the same thing for Oklahoma. Like, were they a good enough team to be in the playoff? Well, yeah, I think so. They won the games they needed to win. They lost 2 games with that schedule. I don't know. I hope everyone has had a great first day of 2026. I hope everyone's having fun, really enjoying whatever they've been up to today. Hope everyone's been safe. Hopefully you don't have to work tomorrow. Hopefully you don't have a job that would require that. That would suck. Boo. But I hope you all have a wonderful 2026. I hope we're all on pace to have a wonderful 2026.
And if you guys are looking for more Ortner and Cyril coverage, we'll be back Saturday night. Seahawks 49ers. 6:45 kick, I think. Central time?
7 or 7:30, so we'll be live an hour before. It'll be our Central time, by the way. I should mention that. So we will be live on Saturday, having all kinds of fun. More hijinks and hilarity will ensue. So if you'd like to join in, you like what we've got going on, you think that we're funny, or you think that we just got great ball knowledge, you can join in on that as well.
And Alabama had an offsides.
Of course they did. Of course they did. Of course they did. Ooh, fun. 1st and 10 for Indiana. They can really just run this one out. If I'm Alabama, I would not waste a single timeout. Indiana's going to take the first knee here. 40 seconds are going to roll off. They'll take a knee at that 120 mark. Another 40 seconds will roll off. And then they'll take a knee once it's inside of 40, and that will be the ball game. Nice victory for Indiana. Nice victory for Cignetti and the crew. You're going to get a rematch then in the Peach Bowl down in Georgia. I think that'll be a real fun game. I think that'll be a real fun matchup. Kalen DeBoer looks very sad. I know a lot of Alabama fans, a lot of Alabama faithful are going to want him fired. They're going to want him canned. I think that's misguided. I think that's incredibly misguided. I've been very impressed with what he's done as a coach. Let's just say that. Been very impressed with everything that he's done as a coach. You beat me? You did. You did. Look at you, because that was what I was going to do. All right, Mendoza's looking right now. They're going to get as close as they can to that 40-second mark. In fact, I think they can almost get underneath it. And he does. That's the ball game. Indiana coming away with a victory. Indiana 38, Alabama 3. Indiana, the Hoosiers, they are your Rose Bowl champions. Don't go anywhere. As soon as we sign off, Searle and I, you're going to get redirected right to our main stream, so you'll get to see what's going on with Harrison and Colin. They'll be calling that Ole Miss Georgia game. We've been live for a very long time today, so I want to say thank you to Searle. I want to say thank you to everyone who tuned in for the show today. It's been a wonderful time. Here's your little comps between the two teams. Searle, I'll let you go first.
Yeah, definitely didn't see a game like this coming. I picked Indiana to win to start. I thought it was going to be a lot closer. I think I had them 34-31. Pretty close on the offensive side, the number for Indiana, but Alabama clearly not. And, I mean, you just look at the stats. Just dominance from the Hoosiers in every aspect.
That was Indiana's first bowl win since 1991. 1991.
Bowl? Did they not win?
That said their first bowl win, I think. Maybe they mean like a big bowl game. That's crazy.
That would be crazy. But, yeah, Indiana's for real. If there's any doubters, I don't know what to tell you now.
Yes, sir. Steve! Beer cheers to you. We'll get you up on the screen and then we'll sign off, my good sir. We'll get you up on the screen and then we'll sign off. As a lifelong Chargers fan, I'm more excited about the CFP. I'll tell you this, sir. Stick around. If you're a lifelong Chargers fan, stick around. That's all I'll say on that. Here's what the current college football playoff bracket looks like. Then we'll get my good friend Steve up on the screen. Miami, they won their game against Ohio State. They won the Cotton Bowl. They will take on the winner of Georgia and Ole Miss. Oregon, they beat and trounced Texas Tech. Indiana trounced Alabama. So now we've got a rematch in what will be the Chick-fil-A Peach Bowl. Going to be a fun matchup there, man. Going to be a really fun matchup between those two teams. Oregon wants their get back. We'll see if they do it. We'll be live on the Oregon Football Report, I'm sure, and probably on the main channel as well for that one. Steve! As a lifelong Chargers fan, I'm more excited about the CFP. If your offensive line was healthy, I'd be more excited about what was going on with the Chargers. Unfortunately, your O-line isn't healthy, but I will say I'd be paying a lot of attention to Chat Sports. Yeah, I don't know if we're allowed to start pushing that. Yeah. Oh, subscribe to the main. Yeah, subscribe to the main. Yeah, definitely subscribe to the main. Maybe you'll be happy. Maybe you'll be seeing more of me, Steve. Thank you guys so much. We appreciate it. It was great today. Searle, you kicked butt. Thank you so much to everyone who tuned in. I wish you a happy New Year's Day, and I hope that 2026 brings a lot of flowers and a lot of hijinks, hilarity, but more importantly, a lot of success your way. Thank you guys so much for tuning in, and we'll catch you guys next time.